Hallis Hall has been quiet since OTAs ended, but we are not quiet. We not done. We are back. Like I told y'all last week, we back. We hitting the ground running for these next 6 weeks to give y'all some Bears content until they get back on the field. We're gonna talk about some training camp battles that we didn't get to finish last week. We got some players, some Bears players that's under pressure. We're gonna talk about some players that's under pressure this season and a lot more Chicago Bears talk right after this. Right out the gate, right on
Out the gate.
time. My boy Ricky Mosby said, "What it do, fellas?" I'm shocked you ain't get on us for being a little late. We was like a couple minutes late today. Last week, I think you was on us because we was like 15 minutes late. But you know how we do. Better late than never. The Black Bear Podcast crew is back in the building. Like I said in the intro, it's been quiet at Hallis Hall. Ain't too much to talk about, but that's what we here for the Bears junkies. Everybody that need their Bears fix. If you want to just get around a group of Bears fans, fellow diehard Bears fans, and just talk about the team that we love, the team that we love to watch, the team that we can't stop talking about on a daily basis. He said, I appreciate that, my boy. But yeah, just get that fix. Get that Bears fix in our veins. Hit the veins with some Bears conversation. We got a few things to talk about today or tonight, and we're gonna be, me at least, sipping as usual, having a good time. So get y'all crack open a beer, take a shot, however y'all do it, however y'all want to relax on this Sunday night. Before we get things rolling. I'm your host, Mark Rao. My co-host in the building, motherfucking Marcus Mixed It.
What's
Chef
the
West
word?
should be joining us soon, later tonight. But how you feeling, my boy?
Um, I'm tired. I'm fried, but I'm glad to be alive. So
Likewise, I
I'm
ain't fried, but I'm definitely glad to be alive. You was working. What was the what did you pull, a 8-9 hour shift
it's
today?
like nine and a half, something like that. But today they was on my side today because I told them I had to be out of there. I usually don't work on Sundays, so they said we're gonna show you some love and get you out of here a little early today. So I was able to not only get home on time, but in time to be able to, relax a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like not rush in and get right on it. But I'm definitely ready to talk some Bears football. I'm ready for training camp. You know, these
You and
these weeks is coming by slow, but we got about 30 days left. Some not even that. A little
I
bit less than that.
think so the rookies report early, right? Rookies
Yep.
come in early.
Yeah.
Xavier Thomas, Logan Jones, Sam Roush, and all those boys. I think it's the 23rd for them,
I'm about to look at it
if
right
I'm
now
not
because I know
mistaken.
I think we was talking about it through the messages. Um,
DJ Acevedo, my boy, appreciate you jumping in the chat. Like I said, look, I know it's Sunday night. Some people got to
mhm.
work tomorrow morning, but look, crack open a cold one, chill, relax. Let's talk some Bears football, talk some shit to each other in the meantime as well. Terry Smith said, "What's good, bro? What's good? Appreciate you jumping in the chat." Again, everybody hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I don't know about this one. I'm not understanding this one, but
He's saying it's
yeah.
both of us that look alike.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Well, you know what's crazy? They then
The
West
Spider
jumping
Man
here.
photo.
West jumping here. They said about all of us, but
For real.
Dreadhead gang. We doing this
You
before.
know what? I'm at the length now where I'm starting to constantly have the hair in my food issue. So I'm gonna have to start ponytailing it out or something
Every
because
time you eat, every time you got to go to have
yeah.
some dinner, especially if you had like some soup or something like that. Something like
yeah,
yeah,
you just
yeah,
look down and
yeah.
your shoulder wet or something.
Somebody hope you got somebody near you that fuck with you because they don't warn you before you walk around looking crazy. But
Yeah.
is that so? What is that? Cora? Oh, Cora MDO. Okay,
Before and
appreciate
after.
before and after. Appreciate you jumping in the chat. But yeah, so the rookies gonna come in first, and then everybody else gonna come in the building. And they gonna hit the ground running and doing their thing, and that's when those training camp battles really gonna start to happen. And we gonna really get to see. We gonna hear from all the Bears beat reporters. You and myself, we gonna try to get out the training camp again. Like I said before, last off season, we gave out at least 20 training camp tickets. So stick with us, keep watching through. We might be able to fall into some luck again and be able to give out a lot of training camp tickets to a lot of people who probably ain't been there before. At least that's what they were saying. They probably just wanted to go again, but
they officially released two on the 8th at 10 o'clock a.m. So be on the lookout if you're trying to get them training camp tickets. I'm definitely gonna be there. Terrence Smith said, "Where y'all from?" I'm from Chicago, West Side to be specific, but I'm out here. I'm ready for it. So, Mark Rob, he said, "Where you at?" He really, where you at?
Yeah. I'm up north. I'm in enemy territory, behind enemy lines, Wisconsin, Madison to be exact. So not exactly Green Bay where the ops is at, but I'm around the corner. About two. I'm 2 hours from Green Bay, and I'm 2 hours from the city, from Chicago.
Oh, really? You like right in the middle there?
I'm right smack dab in the middle, but shit, that don't matter. This is Packer country. You know what I'm saying? They everywhere. It's everybody who migrated from Chicago. You know, we repping the Bears right now. So, but it's Packers. It's green and gold all over the place. He said he in Georgia. Hey, shout out to you out down south.
Hey, shout out
what city?
Georgia.
What city? ATL or where you at? And then my boy Dan Tenna, my boy. We finna talk some good football tonight, man. Appreciate you jumping in. But yeah, we talk about training camp. I can't wait because that's when shit really matters. It's gonna start off like Gainesville. Okay, Gainesville, Atlanta. I think they live in Gainesville. I think I got some family that live there, or at least moved there from up here. I don't know, somewhere in Georgia. But they're gonna start light, but we all know Ben Johnson put them boys through the ringer last season. Remember, they was talking about how hard and intense those and physical, which is the main point, those training camp practices was last season. That's all we was hearing about. We had joint practices with the fucking Dolphins, and we heard about how they was crying. They had press conferences too at for they team. So they was talking about it in the pressers, in the Dolphins pressers, how physical and overly aggressive we was in our training camp practice. But it's like, dude, that's how the good teams practice. You see the difference in our seasons, right? You know what I mean? Dolphins had their season and we had ours. So you got to practice how you play. It's always going to be that way unless you like Cam Jordan or somebody, and it's like, all right, you get rest days and you don't got to show up until training.
That's kind of like a highlight of what, not to be stereotypical, so to speak, but that's like a highlight of what they kind of speak about in terms of the culture in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Bears is a team that's in the early stages of creating their own culture and what the culture of this era of the Chicago Bears is actually going to be. And what happened after that basically is y'all kind of came out and essentially put a stamp on exactly the type of culture and the type of mindset that people have accused y'all of having up to this point. So I don't know about y'all, but like, we a month away from training camp, just putting pads on, not even real football yet, but the closest thing that we got to it, and we ready for it. So I don't even know how you can get to training camp, even joint practices, and not be in that type of mentality where you just, like you ready to go to work. So
wait. What he said? Not trying to be. Terry Smith said you're not trying to be weird. What are you talking about? I don't know what he talking about. Let's get this one in real quick. You want to take that name? Actually, just take the chat. Let me share this around one more time.
All right. Give me a little. Is that CSP? We gonna go with CSP. But CSP said, "What up, guys? Any news on Miller, the wide receiver? We signed. I haven't heard anything about him during OTAs. I'm from Niagara Falls, Canada. Go Bears." shout out to you from
Ooh.
all the way from Canada. You live like right near Niagara Falls. Like, you think it's expensive to live though? Like close to like a big tourist spot? I don't know, but yeah, I haven't heard anything about Miller specifically, but I
Scotty,
think
he's
that's
talking
kind
about,
of
right?
yeah. He's talking about Scotty Miller. I haven't heard anything specifically.
Not since minicamp.
Yeah, not since
That
minicamp,
when he
but
was
he
signed.
showed out at minicamp at least.
Mhm.
But I think we definitely gonna be hearing some stuff when the pass come on.
Which
He gonna
we
kind of be
actually,
part of a receiver battle too.
yep, I
So
was just about to bring that up. We talked about the wide receiver 3 training camp battle, and we really talked about Khalif, Xavion, Jade, and I'm missing one. Xavion, Khalif, Jade. That's probably and then add Scotty to the mix. Then,
right.
if you know what I mean. We didn't really talk about him, but he's definitely, he's a vet. That's a vet wide receiver that been with some speed, and Ben Johnson signed him for a reason. They brought him in for a reason to push these dudes. Now, it's a lot of speed. Between Khalif, Scotty, and Xavion, made the fastest dude win. That looked like what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? So but I haven't heard too much about him since OTA started and ended. So I'm sure he's gonna be showing up in training camp. We're gonna see him out there when we get out there and get our eyes on him. That's another thing. I love going because we can listen to, what is it, 104, the score. We can listen to the score. We can listen to Waddle and Sylvie. We can listen to Pat the Designer. We can listen to CHGO. We can listen to all those channels, but it's different when
you can go see
there.
it with your own eyes.
Man, it's so much different and so much better, especially when you know what you're looking for and what you're looking at. Because let's be real, like, they all get paid a lot of money to do what they do, and they got to put content out, and they got to be interesting. You know what I mean, so to speak. They got to talk about things that they got to overhype some things, and then they got to undersell some things. So it's better when you can get out there and look at it yourself.
I'll say this though, when it comes to training camp, one thing that I am excited for is like going and taking my own notes, you know what I'm saying? And then being able to still go back and listen to them and kind of compare. Like, that's really what I'm kind of looking for, is like making my own, you know what I'm saying? Making my own, I guess, idea process of like how these players is doing and what I'm seeing and stuff like that versus what they seeing, because that's really gonna tell the story. Like, being able to see it with your own eyes and what you know about football and what you think, you know what I'm saying, is the right thing, or who you think is winning in what battles and stuff like that, versus just what's being told to you. And then press conferences and stuff too. Even when they speak about it in the games, like, I mean, not the games, like the press conferences during training camp and stuff like that. Because Ben Johnson really, like, he been a real honest coach the entirety of his time here. So,
and another because when I went last year, and I've been going, honestly, I've been going the last 3 years. I went to at least one. I try to go to multiple, but I went to at least one. And you get to see the one-on-one, like, you get to see the one-on-one battles. Jalen Johnson versus Xavion Thomas. Jalen Johnson versus Rome. You get to see that battle. You get to see the mannerisms. You know when a motherfucker talking shit. You know what I mean? You know when they push and it's a little aggressive, or round 2, they back up. They meet each other in the line again. You know, when they doing these individual drills. You get to see that with your own eyes that might not get covered in the media. You know what I mean? You might walk away with a different feeling about a player, because I saw J.P. Richardson, and he was shaking dudes. I didn't see not one cornerback. Now, it was a lot of them that he was going up against. He went against some starters and a lot of backups in these one-on-one drills. But I walked away from this last year. J.P. Richardson had the best route running on the team. Like, he was shaking shit. It was crazy. But I wasn't going to come on here and be like, oh, well, he was, world beater, this and that and third, because I know how shit go. But J.P. Richardson was a dude that I had some respect for after walking away from training camp.
Right. I think that's gonna be one of the top battles though, like the wide receiver room in general, but also who across from them and the DBs. Like, So we kind of still don't know exactly where we at with that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
as far as players' health, all that stuff, like we still kind of up in the air, and that's really kind of what we're gonna be looking at too in training camp is
Yep.
what's the availability piece gonna be looking like for everybody.
Absolutely. Yep. So let's jump into our first thing. The first topic of the day or the night I want to talk about, and just show some praise because this dude got a lot of heat since I think after his first half season with us. Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat was just voted number 91 best player in the league, however you want to put it, however you want to say it. 91 best player in the league. Player vote. We all feel a way about Montez Sweat. We can't depend on Gordon. We gonna talk about Kyler Gordon a little bit later in the show as well, because that's a hot topic too with Bears fans. But Montez Sweat, look, what was it? 10.5 sacks last season. I believe he had 3 forced fumbles mixed. If you could just pull up his stats real quick. I didn't take him down, but
Montez.
Yeah, Montez real quick.
I don't know how many forced fumbles he had. I know he had
was like
10
3.
or 10.5 sacks.
Yep.
53 pressures, like 39 QB hits or something like that, with like 750 snaps. I looked at his stats a lot.
When we signed him, we gave him like 98 million. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to play the actual release of Mac. I'm sure everybody saw it. Max Crosby talking about it. A bunch of offensive linemen talking about Montez Sweat and his impact and what type of player he is to line up against on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. We give him a lot of heat. Like, I mean, not everybody. Some people be like, yeah, Montez Sweat, what do you expect? He not this and that and third. But there's some people like, hey, you got like Wes, he's not here right now, but Wes said it last week. He was like 90, he called it 98 million worth of bullshit. Remember, that's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said. But his peers got respect for him. You know what I mean? No matter what we think as Bears fans, he got some value in this league. And if we don't like him, somebody gonna take him. Now, 98 million, we can argue about that all day, whether he was worth it or not. But I believe last season he was ranked even higher. I had it written down 82. He was ranked 82 last season. Now he's 91, so almost 10 spots down. But Montez Sweat is, you want him on your team. And the way I was talking about it in True Pilgrim, appreciate you jumping in, pulling up. We just getting into the football talk for real. Talking about Montez Sweat. He's your power rusher. Let me see if I can get this up here while I'm talking.
I'll never forget when I went to the combine and I'm running 4.6 at 255. I'm feeling good. And this big gazelle ran a 4.4 flat. And I'm like, damn.
Give me a little Montez Sweat!
Montez, he's a hell of a player, man. He's a 2019 guy. You know what I mean? I definitely pay attention to all the guys that come out of my class.
Montez, speed, length.
Really good size, good length. And he uses it in his game, Takes advantage of it.
He uses his long arms very well. He plays like a mummy, which is a good thing because his arms are always out and guys never can get on his body.
One of the more freaky athlete type of guys.
Those are the qualities you want in a defensive lineman, and I think he's got it.
10 years from now, people are going to look back and realize it was probably the best D-line class of all time.
Some high praise from Montez Sweat's peers. Some of those dudes, offensive linemen, he's went up against throughout his years, and then one of them was one of his literal peers, and Max Crosby. Like I said, I'm sure y'all all heard it. Y'all all seen the clip that NFL Films released, but the dude is, especially for Dennis Allen, he's exactly what Dennis Allen wants. You got the big body. I think he's 6'6", the long arms that those dudes was just talking about. And True Pilgrim. I like this right here because he could be. He got the talent. He got the size. He just, the 10%. The 10%, because when we look at these athletes in any sport, in professional football, basketball, whatever, they're all world class. It's that 10% that makes, that extra 10% that separates them from each other, and that's Julius Peppers. He's in that 10% that Montez Sweat just hasn't got to yet. But he's a dog in his own right. He's a power rusher. Now, I would like a speed rusher opposite of him. Hopefully, that's Austin Booker, our boy. Okay, they just sent me an issue talking about I can't stream to Facebook. But anyway, Montez Sweat. Hey, I'm trying to read this. What do you think about Montez Sweat? Hold on, let me fix this issue with Facebook real quick. It's there.
I done had a lot of pushback on Montez Sweat throughout this season because I still felt like his 10 sacks was kind of quiet to me. But when you look at the totality of the offense or the defensive line, everybody was kind of lacking. Like, we were ranked one of the worst teams from a defensive line production standpoint. But to me, it's like when you hear players basically speak like this or whatever, you look at some of the stuff that he did, it's like he's not putting up scrub numbers. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't want to just put the whole thing on the whole defensive line was bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
To me, it's like, what are you bringing to the table? Like, are you that? Because to everybody basically talking about bringing in a second edge rusher, to me is like, you need a game changer, right? Montez Sweat for us is supposed to be a game changer in a sense.
Yes,
so
sir.
I don't think Montez Sweat is the best, but I can't sit here and knock like, all right, like he didn't do anything. But I think he did get better towards the end of the season. Like, I don't know where he got, like what games he got, what sacks in or whatever, but I seen more production from him towards the end of the season. Somebody in the chat already said when we played the Packers, he played a big role in both games. So we do need that consistent rusher on the other side. I'm with you on needing a speed rusher, and like you said, I've been hoping that it's Austin Booker, but you got a lot to put together to be that speed rusher that we need opposite of Montez Sweat.
So let me ask you this: like I said, he was ranked, voted, however you want to put it, 82 last season. Does this change how you feel about Montez? Like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe
him being voted in top 100 the last 2 years, it kind of skew it back to his favor a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
For me, it's like, yeah, I like Montez Sweat getting 10 sacks. Yeah. But if we as a team is still ranked at the bottom of the league, then we need to figure out something with a $98 million contract. Now, most of it is paid up to this point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that part of it ain't really a big deal. But we thought, like, are we going to re-sign him? And, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are the options after that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to continuously get better. So at the end of the day, it's like we either got to find a piece that works well opposite of him, and everybody on the defensive line, like, they all got to have a better year. So it's hard to look at Montez Sweat and not give him like a share of the pie when it comes to being ranked towards the bottom. But at the same time, it's like when you put up 10 sacks, but when you put up double-digit sacks, that's a good season.
Yes, it is.
Like, I'm kind of on the fence about it, honestly. But just hearing that from a player perspective or whatever, it do kind of skew it back to his side. Like, maybe I don't know what I don't know. So
exactly. No, and that's a good point. Maybe we like they in it and we not. And another thing for me about it is if he's 91, just imagine where some of these are like Colston Loveland. Imagine where he might be on this list. Imagine where Caleb might be on this list. Shit, we might even see you think we'll see Jalen Johnson on this list? I don't know. I know Jalen Johnson didn't have the greatest season, but like it's player voted and they know Jalen Johnson and they might still, be looking out for it. They homie. Shit, maybe fucking who else might be on this list? You say what?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe some people even think Nashawn or something because he got all them picks. Well,
Nashawn might be
KB
on
will
the
probably
list.
be on the list.
KB better be on this list. If KB not on this list, that's gonna be very disappointing. Now I know he's not a Bear right now, but come on, man. If KB not on this list, that's gonna be crazy. And I know some. So, but I mean, shit. Maybe. Oh, Joe Tooney, that's another one. You know,
He's got to be towards the top of the list.
Darnell Wright should be on this list, right? Like you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If this is where our boy Montez is at, just imagine where those names will be at.
Yeah, that's definitely a different way to think about it, because in my mind, I'm just like, we got a top 100 player on the defensive line that was ranked 29th or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? That's hard to do, but it just make you kind of value him a little bit more. Like, he a good piece. What else do we need to do? And that just so happens to be the one area of this team that we spent the least amount of dollars and cents on this past off season. So,
which we gonna keep talking about it. We felt, at least I felt like maybe we jumped the gun on our first round pick, Dylan Thieneman, based off of the resources we put into the edge room or the D-line room, or however you want to put it. But we'll see. Look, Montez Sweat is a really good player. He is. Is he elite? No. Is he Max Crosby? No. But you just heard Max Crosby giving him the praise. He ran a 4.6. You're like, what the fuck? This dude bigger than me. He ran a 4.4. You know what I mean?
He called him a gazelle.
Exactly. Big ass dude talking about a gazelle. That's crazy. That's high praise, though. That's high praise, because he didn't have to get on there and say that about Montez Sweat. But
Did that make you feel any better about them, the Bears, saying that they feel like they got the right pieces? They just need to work on fundamentals and not so much focus on scheme. Like, do hearing that type of praise kind of like go back and be like, all right, maybe they is something valid to what they saying, or do you think that that's still just smoke?
I think it's smoke. I think at this point, a lot of the players that they got, they are who they are. Now, if you had them paired with a Max Crosby or TJ Watt or some elite dude, yeah, maybe they could come in and clean up and get some sacks that they normally wouldn't have gotten. But you don't have that on this roster, so everybody has to play even better above their standard, above their limit. They got to go past their limit of what they've shown in the league this far. And I don't. It's kind of with Braxton Jones. Yeah, they could bring him back on the fabricated $10 million deal 1 year, whatever. But I mean, you are who you are at this point. You know what I mean? You're not just gonna magically do something we haven't seen from you before. So I think we're gonna struggle on the D-line again to get pressure. You know what I mean? They had their moments, but I don't think they're gonna be what we need them to be a Super Bowl team, so to speak. So but like I said, I don't want to take away from Montez Sweat getting this honor or award or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't want to take away from him because he's 91. I want to praise him, and he's on the list. It's a lot more recognition. Exactly. There's a lot more players than 100 players in the league, and he's on that. He's getting his recognition, and he's not weak. I wouldn't call Montez Sweat weak. He just needs some help. If he get a push up the middle, imagine what he could do with quarterbacks trying to roll out the back door, and he right there. You know what I mean? He's just all we got right now. So
what's something that you think Montez Sweat himself could get better at? Like, if you was looking for him to make some type of improvement to his game this season, what do you want to see?
Specifically, I just want to see more of a bag. He don't got no bag. Like,
that's a great answer. I ain't gonna lie, because when we was watching this, I think it was Max Crosby that talked about him using a long arm.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that's his best move. Like, if he get that hand up in your chest, he's gonna blow you up. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely don't got a bag.
He don't got a bag, and like
He a power rusher too, though. So keep that in
he is
mind.
a
but
power
still,
rusher through and fucking through.
for real.
So if he could just somehow get some bend, he ain't got no bend. That's not him. He too big. He not bending. He ain't got none of that. He gonna try to overpower you, use a little 1-2 and you know it works for him. It's been working for him. He gonna get another contract, but if I want to see an improvement, add some more to your arsenal. Add a little bit more to your arsenal, and become elite. Now
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll ever get there, but shit, you just seen True Pilgrim talk about him in the likes of Julius Peppers. That's another massive dude. Julius Peppers was 6'6", 6'7", fucking exact size as Montez Sweat. He had a bag. He had a million ways to get it. You know, choose one. How you want it? You know what I mean? That was Julius Peppers, but you know, I believe Julius Peppers in the Hall of Fame. If not, then that's a huge disservice to him. So, but yeah, get a deeper bag in your arsenal to help become elite.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page too, though. Like, he's good at the long arm, though. Like, if you look at some of his highlights from this past season, you're gonna see it a few times where he's driving people off their anchor just off his right arm. You know what I'm saying? So like, he definitely got the strength, but if he was able to add a few more pass rush moves to his bag, he could be a real problem for some of these teams. So I'm definitely with that. I like the Julius Peppers comparison.
I did too. I did like that.
If he can close that gap, we'll be talking about a player that we definitely need to bring back.
He get another $100 million contract, if not more than that. So, but you want to jump into these training camp battles, get into some of these head-to-heads, everybody fighting for a roster spot, fighting for a spot on the 53 man. You ready to get into that?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, let's start with the left tackles. This is a huge one. Like I said, we talked about the wide receivers last week. At least to be exact, wide receiver 3, Xavier Thomas, Khalif Raymond, Scotty Miller now, like we brought up earlier, and then Jade Walker, who was damn near in that position last year. Left tackles. Let's talk about these left tackles. That's Jedrick Wills, Braxton Jones, Theo Benedict, Karan Amagaji. Am I missing anybody? I believe that's
Braxton, Theo, Karan, Jedrick Wills. I think that's it.
I believe that's the group that's fighting right now. And
yeah,
I would just say this, like, quite frankly, I don't necessarily like the options. My favorite right now, I got 2 guys that out of that group, those 4, I got 2 guys that I like the most. And we're not talking about Ozzie right now because obviously Ozzie is what he's going through with the injury. Jedrick and Karan. And I'm gonna tell you why. Jedrick, former first round pick, he's been doing it. He's done it for at least 35, 40 games.
44
total games. So he's done it before. Now he suffered a huge injury, kind of like what Ozzie is going through, and he's trying to get back. I don't even believe he was out there much in OTAs, which again don't matter, especially for the O-line. They ain't even like, come on now. But former first round pick, that's a low risk, high reward signing, getting him in and seeing what he can do behind Dan Rochar. And I'm also say this: no matter what I think about these players individually on the O-line, Dan Rochar give me hope that even Braxton Jones, weak ass, can do something, be serviceable in some way for this team. You know,
they talked about him looking a lot healthier than what he did last year.
Braxton.
Yeah, from last year. Last year, this time, he was like 290, 295, something like that. Now they saying he like 310. And
that's where he needs to be.
That is like 20 pounds is a big improvement. Braxton Jones ain't never had the best anchor, so to speak. But if Braxton Jones put on that much weight and he looking healthy and he looking back to himself, I'm definitely inclined to see that. I think for me personally, my top two in this battle.
So my second was Quran, by the way. But you
Oh
know
no,
that
no, right,
Quran
yeah.
was my
Keep going
second.
about Quran because I was about to ask you something about him, but I want you to finish what you were saying.
So my second one is Quran. And that's because of his physical traits, his physical ability. And that's why Ryan Poles drafted a left tackle out of Yale. You know what I mean? He fits the bill. He looks the part, and hopefully, like, you just hope something clicks. He was drafted injured. He was injured since he's been here. So you hope something clicks in his brain. And I believe Dan Roshar even mentioned it. I wish I had the clip, but Dan Roshar mentioned it specifically. Like, Quran is the most physically gifted one in the room. You would hope he could now, but it's a mental game. Everybody's physically gifted in the NFL. Like I was just talking about, it's that 10% that coaching comes and pulls that extra 10% out of you that separates you from everybody in this competition. Quran got to get healthy. We saw Quran. I think we saw him in 2 games starting, the Washington game, and I think it was Minnesota. Now those ain't easy games to be starting, and I believe the first one was Minnesota. Eberflus year, Eberflus last year, and he didn't get help. One of those 2 was his first, but those are 2, and it was terrible. It was terrible, and I still got faith because, like I said, if something clicks in that dude and that kid, and he just like, all right, this is what I want. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna work hard as fuck to win this job. He is your ideal left tackle. You know what I mean? Now that's wishful thinking because. Now, naturally, if there was another guy that I had faith in, I wouldn't even have Quran here in my number 2. I'd be like, yeah, he's the most physically gifted, but fuck him. He ain't, But I mean, it's Braxton and Theo. I don't have to, you know what I mean? So fuck it. I'm gonna take a flyer on Quran. But that's why Quran is my number 2. I don't know if you had another question about Quran.
So my thing with Quran is like, where I have Quran in my head, at least, is kind of like in the same tier as wherever you would put Jordan Vanderbilt, another player with a lot of traits, but I need to see you put it together.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because if you do put it together, it's not like you going up to the next tier. You could jump a few tiers because you have the physical traits, like he said, Dan Roshar, he's the most physically gifted in the room. If you put it together, you could be a real problem.
Yep.
And that's like, to me, that's why I kind of don't have him as like in my top 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see you having a path to get there, but this is a hurdle that you're gonna have to cross to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
With me and my top 2, and this is going, and it's kind of not necessarily based on who I have the most faith in, but it's more so like, who am I the most intrigued to see?
Okay.
One would be Wills. Wills would be my top 1 in that spot. One, because like you spoke on already, he was a top 10 pick when he came in. If he comes in and he's healthy and he can play stout on that left side, you got a top 10 pick on both sides.
No, for real.
And I'm not thinking that Wills is gonna look like Darnell Wright out there, but still, like, just having that in the back of your mind is like, it instills a lot of confidence. And I think that can also play a part into what this run game will look like. Braxton is my number 2. Braxton is my number 2 because I do believe that, like I said, this coaching staff, they don't lie. But at the same time, I don't think that they just like telling everything. You know what I'm saying? Like Braxton Jones, like I said, him putting that weight on, especially with Braxton Jones' strong suit being in the run game, that's what I'm kind of intrigued to see. Like, can you move and can you use that weight, get up to second level? Can you help create some big runs in this offense? Because I think DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai, while I like the group, they are a group that's going to definitely be predicated by the offensive line play, not just based off of them just being able to break away crazy plays. So I think those are my top two. But like I said about Carando, I think he can get there. But what you show in training camp is really gonna tell the story for him.
It is definitely gonna tell the story, and he kind of got that shit that not exactly. It's a little worse, honestly, than Kyler. But you got to stay healthy. You got to be healthy. Like that's Carano, the 3rd round pick. Who's if he don't get it together and show some form of health, and then so he got to show he can be healthy, and then he got to show that he can do and be serviceable,
right?
When he's healthy, you know what I mean. He got a little bit to get through, but Braxton, oh my gosh, look, this is my thing with Braxton. I think Braxton, because like he's back now and he's healthy or healthier. I took a picture at training camp of his leg, and I just knew that was bad. It was real bad. It looked like he ain't, he couldn't walk on that thing for months, and let alone train on that thing for months. It was bad. But he won a starting job last year. Remember, he came out there and played until the Raider game, and they pulled him out, and then put Theo in, and then it was Theo and Ozzie in, and all that.
Yeah.
But he wasn't always hurt. That's my thing with Braxton. He wasn't always hurt. He was healthy at first, and I still didn't like Braxton when he was healthy. Now, was he serviceable? Could we get by for a 5th round pick? Yes, Braxton can have a job in this league as a 4th or 5th round pick, but I believe he should be a swing tackle and a great backup tackle for you. Now, as a starter, I just think he's limited. I don't think he'll be able. I don't want to say be able to hang with Micah and Myles Garrett or Matt, that because like who really can? Even the best left tackles can't. But a rookie Jared Verse, I need you to put him in his place. Give me one time where you show him that he like, all right, welcome to the league, young boy. You know what I mean? He gonna get you sometimes. That's a talent. Jared Verse is a talent. But show me something. I shouldn't see all of these no-name dudes on your side just constantly bull rushing you or getting by you and pressuring my young quarterback at the time, Caleb Woods. That's where that.
Yeah.
Come on now, I didn't like that with Caleb being a rookie and he's put in that situation. But Braxton won the job. They took it from him, so which puzzled me because I'm like, okay, he showed you who he was. Now maybe they said, oh yeah, he was hurt, so we're gonna bring him back, but. You told me what you thought about him. You took him out the game. You benched him, and he didn't get back in. Not only that, but when we went to the playoffs, they said, fuck that. We're going to put Tooney out there and bring in Jordan McFadden because we still don't want you out there. May the best man win. Like I said, this entire group, I don't really fuck with it for real. And Ozzie, look, let me say this about Ozzie. Ozzie wasn't a world beater. He wasn't a world beater, but he was young, he was serviceable, and he could get better because he had size. And if they could teach him how to run block like Braxton, I do agree Braxton can run block. It'll run block like Theo, then we might have something in Ozzie. But if Braxton wins the job, so be it. Because like I told y'all before, Dan Rocher, I trust him to a certain extent. I mean, I got my own eyes. I see what's going on the field. I trusted Eberflus to a certain extent, and they told me Braxton was so. But anyway, if he wins, more power to him, because who's he going up against now? If he was like beating out players like Darnell Wright, that'd be a whole nother thing. But you beating out Theo, you beating out injured Jedrick Wills, and then you beating out, or not injured, but returning Jedrick Wills, and then you beating out Quran. Hey, look, that group is very underwhelming, is it not? Like, this battle is gonna be, it's the same shit as last year. Mixed it. We went through this whole shit
basically. But my thing about this group though, and this battle specifically, is
it's annoying.
Whoever the swing is gonna be whoever's not starting on that left side, whoever the swing is going to be the best run blocker out of the last 3 people in the room. And for the left tackles that you got, that's kind of what all of them is really strong at. With the exception of Wills, we don't really know.
We don't
Theo
know yet.
was better at run blocking than he was at pass protection. I think Karan is better at run blocking than he is at pass protection. And that's exactly what Braxton is. So with the exception of Wills, we don't really know. But the question ain't really who gonna be the best run blocker, is who can pass protect on the island. Who's gonna need the least amount of combo blocks to help them get through a game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's Ben Johnson spoke about it last year. That's what he's looking for on both sides. But you got pretty much 4 people on the line that can do it. Who's number 5? And even then, last year when we was in training camp and stuff, he said in the middle of training camp, like, nobody came and really took the job, and that's what we waiting to see.
Yep.
We waiting to see which guy steps up and says, "This is mine." And we kind of had pass protect by committee until Ozzie got his shot. So,
and Ozzie was a pick who at first, like I said, Braxton beat Ozzie at first, last off season. So they didn't necessarily like what they saw from Ozzie, and then they figured it out. But we'll see. This I can't see this group lasting past beyond this year, which they see something I don't. They really see something I don't. You know how I felt. I thought my number 1 player in the draft, which we didn't, we weren't going to be able to get. I think Miami took him like 13, top 15 was Proctor. So we weren't going to be able to get him. But I wanted to address this position as the time leading up to the draft we got closer. I'm like, okay, I'm settled. I don't want the D line. I want to get this left tackle.
right, yeah.
We couldn't do that, but
Just kind of put a stamp on that question.
yeah.
It's kind of the same thing we had at center, like, just never ending saga to the question is, who is your center? Like, who's your long-term piece at center? Up to this point, how many centers would Caleb have played with by the start of this year? You had Dalman last year. Who was before him?
We had
Was it Bates?
Coleman Shelton and Ryan
Coleman
Bates.
Shelton.
He had 2. He had both of those dudes his rookie year.
So now he'll be on his 4th guy
to be on his
in
4th
3
guy.
years.
And you see, like,
his rookie contract not even up.
Exactly. And for as good as Dalman was, it was rocky at first between those two. Like, not individually, but it was rocky. Like, remember there was a couple times like it was weird snap shit going on between them, where like he'd snap it and Caleb couldn't grab the ball, or he would follow. Like, remember that weird shit that was going on between them? But it took him some time.
Where he never even let the ball go.
He never let exactly. He never let the ball go, but it took them some time to actually get going and getting this because, like I said, individually they were good. Dalman helped the man out with all the line calls and shifts and everything, but together they needed to be on the same page, and it took some time. So, like you said, this is going to be the Coleman, Bates, Dalman.
Now you got Logan Jones,
maybe Logan Jones. It might be 5. You know what I mean?
If one of them get put out of their spot, yeah,
exactly. Which is why
crazy.
Why we moving on to another very, very, very important camp battle. Before we get into the centers, do you think we got better on the O-line? Do we get worse, or do you think we just the same?
I think as a whole, I don't think we got better. I think the lack of continuity kind of creates that issue. Both with Ozzie being out and with Dalman retiring. Because with Ozzie, is like he was better at pass protection than he was at run blocking, but he also he was getting the reps to where he can get better and better. Yes, and now that gets curbed because you got a major injury, a really major injury at that. And we kind of back to the drawing board on trying to figure this out. Now, we just kind of broke down why center is what it is. Like, but just not like those are two positions. It's kind of, to me, honestly, is the two worst positions to have as many questions as you do. Your center touches the ball every single snap, and your left tackle is your blindside tackle. So the fact that you still going into this year having to figure out those questions, even though both of those situations weren't in your control,
Right.
I don't think you got better. I think you do got a lot of potential, at least in the center spot. But that's a situation where it's kind of like, you got to show me. I got to see it to believe it. And with left tackle, I think we kind of just surviving right now. So,
Well, Logan Jones and Garrett Bradbury are the two centers that's battling, and this is a head-to-head. This is your typical head-to-head. We just talked about a group that had 4 guys battling for one spot, as we did with the wide receiver 3 position. It was like 3 or 4 dudes battling for one spot. This is a head-to-head. This is your typical old grizzled vet who knows the system or knows this and that and the third, got the knowledge of the NFL game, versus a young whippersnapper. It's a young man's game. It is. And
yeah,
he was a 2nd round pick, right? He was our first.
Logan Jones was
second
second.
round.
Yeah, he was the
first,
2.
2nd round. Not that is not a pick to sniff at. You know what I mean?
He got a hell of a background too.
You got it up. You want to rally some stuff off, or because I know he won. We won the award, the Remington Award, right, for best center in college football. Now, how many years did he play in college? If now just keep going. Pull up whatever you got to pull up. But I believe so. He won that award, and I do know this. He backed up one of the dudes that what did I say about Tyler Linderbaum? I would have now look. Nobody expected it to be as high as Tyler Linderbaum got, but he had it was 18 million for the record, and we knew he was gonna break the record. Tyler Linderbaum, I would have gave him 20. What did I say? Like 24, 25. Didn't he get like 28, almost 30 million a year? Now that's different. But I would have paid Tyler Linderbaum, who Logan Jones replaced at Iowa. No small. Those are not small shoes to fill. Easy shoes to fill. He filled them, and he did it well, and was named the best center in college football. Now, Garrett Bradbury, coming from Minnesota, he was drafted in Minnesota and then played on the Super Bowl appearing Patriots. A lot of people want to try to blame some of the offensive line woes against the Seahawks against him, but look, and I think I still got the clip. I might let me try to find the clip, but
he played 4 years. Where he played every game. Well, he was on the team for 5 years. He played one game his freshman year, and then he had 4 years that he played after that. And he played every game since then. So since his sophomore year, he hasn't missed a game. He got the Remington Award and All-American or whatever.
So like I said, it's your classic. Pick what do you want? So you would think they're gonna start with the older guy, and this is Logan Jones right here. You would think they would start with the older guy, and maybe move on to the young bull if he can actually beat out the older guy and Garrett Bradbury. But do you keep him on the sidelines, or do you want to give him those reps? Do you want to give him those first team reps so you can push him and nudge him into taking that starting spot from Garrett Bradbury? $5 million deal ain't nothing. That's nothing in the NFL these days. Do you want to groom your center of the future, or do you want to keep Caleb, let him work with one center all year? Or do you not give a fuck about that? You know what I mean? In my opinion, where I would go with this, now obviously it matters who performs better in training camp. That's why this is a training camp battle. And I think I talked about it last week, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. This was my most important battle, I believe. I think I said this was my most important battle. This is and you're gonna hear from the Bears beat reporters that's at camp. they gonna have all eyes on this because if he can take that job right away, that's gonna be huge because that lets you know he's ready. Now you're gonna have your
That's
center.
really the best case scenario for your quarterback situation too, because you want Caleb and him to build that chemistry as soon as possible.
Sir.
So you want him to be ready as soon as possible. If Jedrick Wills is the better one in training camp, then I mean not Jedrick Wills, Garrett Bradbury.
Garrett, yeah, I got
If he's the better one in training camp, then you obviously you start him. But at the same time, it's like you got to think that Logan Jones, he wasn't brought in to just sit back and, you know what I'm saying, like,
no,
fight for that spot. And if you show to even be close to Garrett Bradbury, you might be really turning some heads early, and just that's really going to determine, or it's really going to show how much this coaching staff is valuing that continuity and that connection between your quarterback and center exchange. Because Ben Johnson and Caleb both talked about Drew Dalman as being a core piece of what this team was last year on offense. So
called him the Incredible Hulk, and that means his brain, his smarts. Drew Dalman, Bradbury might have the edge when it comes to shifts and calling out this and that.
You've been here. You played 44 games in the league, so it's like you kind of
you've been doing it.
Yeah, you've been doing this for a long time. So you got the starts. You got the starts, and you coming from a team that just made it to the Super Bowl. So you've seen enough, and you've won at a high enough clip to, to kind of have a foot in the door with this competition already.
And another thing that Bradbury got going, like you just talked about, the long run he made with New England. It was a young quarterback, as it like exactly, the one that we got here. It's another young quarterback that okay, bad. It's a young quarterback. I'm gonna have to do more than I would if I was blocking for Sam Darnold in Minnesota like he was. You know what I mean? Or blocking for Kirk Cousins in Minnesota like he was. You know what I mean? So he went to New England. He got that experience of doing it for a younger guy who may miss some protections. So you got to step in and shift some of those protections for him. Like you said, though, the best scenario is Logan Jones. Logan Jones getting that star job and winning it, because you mentioned it briefly. If they're close, you know who winning that? Logan Jones. If they're close, why would you go with the older guy? You know what I mean? If they're close, fuck it. I might as well put the young dude in there to get some experience, get the experience that Bradbury got.
And if you need the vet that already know the protections, know the schemes, and all of that stuff to step in because of anything like an injury, anything like that, then you can kind of expect to not really have too much of a drop off.
Exactly. And look, in my opinion, and we gave our 2 with the left tackles. I want Logan Jones to get this, just because it'll validate the pick. You know what I mean? If you draft this kid and he not playing, it's not it's not the end of the world, but it's just like, okay, well, that's kind of annoying because now you got Dylan Thieneman, he'll play, but then you got Logan Jones, kind of like what we talked about following the draft. Logan Jones, who wouldn't be playing. Then you got Roush, another pick who won't be playing. Then you got Xavier Thomas and Malik, depending on what happened with those 2 dudes. And they battles, which they both are in battles. And we're going to talk about those this offseason as well. It's like, okay, now it's like that your entire draft class ain't playing. And we just saw what happened last year. What happened with that draft class, Colston Loveland, Luther Burden, fucking Kyle Monungai, Ozzie Trapilla, like them dudes was fucking playing. They even gave Ruben Hippolyte a chance. He just, didn't pan out. So to see that go to this is going to be kind of discouraging, but it's also a room where a lot of these dudes can play. Logan Jones, Dylan Thieneman, Malik Muhammad, he can win a spot, and Xavier Thomas. This draft class can be just as good as last year's draft class. And if that happens, mixed it, dude, this is exactly what you've been wanting. Like, this is your wheelhouse for a GM if that happens. Young, cheap, homegrown players that you don't have to pay for until this is what when they get to year 3 and 4 and all that. You don't have to pay them, but you ain't got none of that extra outside noise. No Max Crosby's that you had to give up 2 first-round picks or pay them yada yada type of money. This is perfect if that happens with this draft class. What is True Pilgrim talking about?
Yeah,
Logan Jones needs to play. He's already 24. I thought he was 25, but that's what I'm saying. That we both just said it. That is the ideal. That's ideal for.
Yeah, I think as much as this is a situation where you want Logan Jones to win.
Yep.
I think if he does win, it's as much as it is a reflection on him, it's a reflection on Caleb, because that's Ben Johnson also trusting in him to take the reins and be the veteran in that quarterback center combo, right? Like with Drew Dalman last year talking about setting the protections and all these different things that helped Caleb. Now it's on you. Now you're the one that might have to account for what he might miss. You know what I'm saying? And that completely changes the game. But with as much confidence as you see in what Caleb has been and just his approach to continuously getting better year over year, I would think that in year 3 that's also a challenge that he'll take on and be like, I feel like I know what I'm seeing when I get out there now, right? Especially when you know this offense the way that we expect him to know this offense. So I think if Logan Jones does win, I think that's both Ben Johnson kind of speaking on, well, majorly speaking on Logan Jones and him being ready, but that's also speaking in trusting in Caleb to be able to make the right play, to be able to make the right assessment of plays. So, this Bradbury?
Yeah, that's Bradbury. We play Logan Jones, so I thought, why not play some Bradbury real quick with the Patriots? And I 100% agree with you. Now, so it's like it comes with the smarts, the brain, which you got to be smart. And I think Ben Johnson weighs being smart in his offense very heavy. You got to be smart, and then you got to be able to do the job when you out there. You know what I mean? You got to be able to block. So you can know what to do, but can you go out there and do it? So that's going to be 2 elements we looking at with these centers. And from everything I've heard about Logan Jones, he's a smart center. Garrett Bradbury's a smart center. So who's going to be able to go out there and do the job? You know what I mean? Do the job the best. And if they do go with Logan Jones, like you said, that's going to put more on Caleb. Well, I mean, they can do it together, but Caleb Williams is going to have to make the leap. Not going to have to, but the leap that we keep talking about with Caleb Williams going into year 3, it's crazy that he's only just 2 years. Yeah. Year 3, we would all love to see it. Ben Johnson would love to see it. The fans would love to see it. And shit, if Logan Jones win that job, he would love to see it because that motherfucker gonna wipe sweat off his forehead. Like, okay, less on my plate. You know what I mean? And I like this. He got all the potential. And that, but like I said, it just would be better for him to start because if he don't, it's a lot of annoying feelings that's gonna come from that. Not just him not starting, but it's like, okay, 2nd round pick, gonna take a red shirt year. Okay, we'll see him next year. He's already 24, 25. So we're going to see him make his first start in the NFL when he's 26 years old, which that don't matter. You know, Joe Tooney out there doing his thing, and he got like 3-4 good more years in him. So,
yeah.
I say Logan Jones. I'm pretty sure you say Logan Jones too, right?
Yeah.
That you'd want to win that battle, so.
And you know what? It feels like Logan Jones winning the job is the steeper hill to climb, not in terms of him winning the job, but in terms of what it does for us and our team in this season and stuff like that.
For sure.
But that's the road that you want to be on. So
I believe it's been Brad. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you heard something else, Bradbury he's been doing the number 1 thing, right? It's been Bradbury, and Logan Jones has been getting some, but they're going to give Bradbury the opportunity. It's kind of like Kirk Cousins in Las Vegas. if you listen to their interviews, Kirk Cousins is not taking no what is Case Keenum type role. That's not what he's there for. At least not right now. He want to play. You know what I mean? He want to play, and then he'll win that starting job, and then he'll mentor Fernando Mendoza. But he's not there to try to just sit in the back and mentor no kid right now. He want to play, and that's what Bradbury want to do too. So it's my favorite one. This is my what was your most important, or what's your most important battle, or and what's your most favorite battle if they're different?
That's a good question.
If they're different, they might be the same.
My most important. I think my most important is left tackle.
Okay. I can get with
my
that for sure.
Favorite.
Jedrick Wills. Like, if you just tuning in right now, first of all, if you just tuning in right now to the Black Bear Podcast, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We're talking about training camp battles right now. We gave our boy Montez Sweat his praise earlier that he deserves, no matter what people think about that. That's what we do. Like, I didn't like DJ Moore. When he got his contract with the Bears, we praised him on this channel because it's like, okay, like he's still one of ours. You know what I mean? But hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. I'm your host, Mark Rowell, with my co-host in the building, Marcus motherfucking Mixed. I almost said Chef West. I'm so used to saying Chef West to the right of me, but my bad. So, favorite and most important.
Yeah, my
training
favorite
camp battle.
Like I said, my most important is left tackle.
Left tackle.
I just think it affects so much. It's the run game that is gonna affect. That is my big thing. Is I think having a strong left tackle in the run game, and also being able to pass protect on Caleb's blind side is a big thing. But I think you need to have a wall with 5 guys. You can't have it with 4. Or 4.5. You need a wall with 5 guys in order for that run game to stay top 3 this season. My favorite one, True Pilgrim, kind of just you ruined it. Thanks. It's the DBs. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one. Opposite of JJ. JJ, you almost in the room with him. Like all y'all ass almost fight. He got a lot to prove with his health. Jalen Johnson, as much as he's one of my favorite players on the team, so this kind of is gonna suck to say, but
your boy,
you are now officially in the Jaquan Brisker spot. You have to prove your health, or the team might be looking some different ways very soon. And that's hard to say because I think Jalen Johnson is a great corner. But last year I didn't see Jalen Johnson. I didn't see him when he came back in week 2 and then went out again. I didn't see him when he came back in like week 10. And I didn't see him in the playoffs. I did not see Jalen Johnson nowhere last year. I've seen him the year before that. So hopefully him with a little bit more time to get healthy can show back up and be on this team. So
and I do think I will say this about Jalen Johnson. I know he's getting a lot of heat from Bears fans, especially with it coming out that he don't feel like he's 100% healthy right now. He ain't got no choice but to be. You know what I mean? And I think he will be. He knows this. Is this a contract year for him? I believe it is. Like
I think so.
I think so.
It's either this year or the next year.
The next one.
It's his last one.
He not stupid. He knows he gonna show out again like he did. Remember, he didn't get an interception, or he had 1 interception his entire career until his contract year. Then he had 4 interceptions out of nowhere. We like, what the fuck? They paid him his money.
And last year, the non-healthy version of him snatched the fucking ball out of somebody's hand in the end zone and walked away with it.
Oh, so who was the receiver? That was a known receiver.
I can't remember.
He's known. He ain't a nobody.
Was this the Browns game?
It was the Browns game. It was
Was it Judy? He snatched
was it Judy?
It was Jerry Jeudy. He snatched the shit right out his hand.
Didn't they trade Jerry Jeudy? I thought they traded him. No, they didn't. They didn't.
No, I don't think they traded.
Okay,
Jerry.
I'm wrong.
If they
Yeah.
did, that's crazy.
It was Jeudy. It was
Jerry
okay,
Jeudy ain't
okay.
great, but
It
y'all
was
ain't that
Browns.
great. So
Because I remember everybody was pissed about that because the Shador hype, and I'm not a Shador hater, but I'm just saying the Shador hype was on 1,000, still on 1,000. I think he sold the most merchandise or jerseys. But anyway, look, this is a big one, and I was gonna save this one for next week. Talk about the because there's more battles we got to get into. You want to talk about the cornerback one? You want to get into the cornerback one?
we can save it, but because we brought up Jalen Johnson, I do got a question.
What's up?
Because I do want to save it since we kicked off a lot of offense today. Next week we can kick off.
Talk about some defenses live.
Yeah.
I got a few defense battles.
It's a true program. We know you should be around, but next week tune in. Make sure y'all definitely help for that defensive side of things when it comes to these training camp battles.
The more iffy side of the ball. I think everybody, we all like agree the offense gonna be good this year, especially what we've been hearing. The offense is much better. They better than they were last year at this point.
You know what? While we talking about offense, I had
up?
a revelation since we last been on him.
Okay.
And I wish Wes was here for this part.
Yeah.
Because we talked about receivers.
Okay.
We was talking about the wide receiver 3 spot, right?
Yeah.
And then we brought up wide receiver 1, where we thought that was gonna go and stuff. Now, me and you, we both said we kind of feel like it's edging towards Luther as being wide receiver 1, even though.
Did I say that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you said it, but I think I might have said it.
I'm so iffy on it. I'm like, damn,
it's definitely up in the air. But then when you look at it, when you think about it, it's like, shit, do it matter? Because he's probably not even going to be the number 1 target. But then because we all know, and if you're not new here, you know Rome. I mean, Wes is a Rome stan. So anytime you say Rome is not number 1, Wes is gonna stop everything, and he gonna talk about it right there and up. But I thought about it more and more over the weekend, and I'm just like, when you look at some of these heavy sets, 13 personnel, etc., when you only got one guy on the field at the wide receiver spot, who do you think Ben Johnson is trusting to be that one guy right now?
I think it depends on the situation, but like I'm not. That's going too deep. But I'm answer the question as vanilla.
You think it's still a fine line between the two?
I think if they're in the red zone, it'll be wrong. But I think if they're like, you need a route to be ran to get 15 yards, type shit. What one wide receiver? Yeah, it depends on look. I'm gonna keep it simple. 1 wide receiver, 3 tight ends. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Rome for right now. I'm gonna say that for right now. But like that's why I'm like that when you said that, I'm like, damn, did I say that? Because I really do think the battle is way more because Rome has done more than Luther. Like with all the hype Luther got, Rome has still shown us that he is like that. Like now he ain't doing the 50-50 balls that we wanted. But the first 3 or 4 games, he was leading the league in touchdown pass. He had like 6 touchdown passes.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns in like 4 weeks.
He was scoring every week. He kept scoring. So I will say Rome right now. And even when we talk about when a lot of people talk about who the number 1 wide receiver, this is why I don't even go there because I'm with him. I will keep Rome at number 1 right now. Like Luther, take it. When you take it, we gonna know. It ain't gonna be no skepticism. You know what I mean? But since at least I'm indifferent. Like it's Rome's job. But my thing with Rome is just the drops, the weird drops that
Luther got stronger hands.
Yeah, and
that's the part that
Luther had a drop that pissed me off.
And that's he did. He definitely did. But more than drops, he had situations where he damn near didn't even know where the fuck he was supposed to go or what he was supposed to do. He had that showed up in a few
and Caleb threw the interception, which I didn't like. That Caleb was so pissed at him that he threw, which you should he should know. But then Caleb was like, yeah, you threw the ball though, Caleb. You know what I mean? I get it. but you didn't.
Like I think for me it's like as much as I want to say Rome, I just feel in my gut that right now Ben Johnson might trust Luther catching the ball more. Like to me, the drops is hard to unsee with Rome. You know what I'm saying? Like
Especially
it's so
when
hard
we
to
came,
unsee.
when we were drafting these kids, Caleb and Rome, me and Wes emphasized the 50-50 catch radius, like not radius, but percentage, successful percentage. He didn't drop shit. That's the issue. You hate to draft a dude because of this strength, and you're not showing me
you
that
don't
strength.
see it.
Now you're just a player that's getting catches because Ben Johnson is drawing it up. You know what I mean? That's not what we want. We want to be just like Caleb. When the play don't work, guess what Caleb can do? Make a play for him. Bail Ben Johnson out. Ben Johnson has said this himself. Bail Caleb out, Rome, because that's what the play is dead. I'm rolling out. Ben Johnson play didn't work. My throw ain't gonna be perfect. Fuck it. Bail me out. Bail me and Ben out. You know what I mean? That's what but we haven't seen that yet. That's my only thing with him. I do think he's still over Luther though, right now. For right now.
Do you think we're gonna see a shift during training camp? Like, do you think there's a possibility that one of them can put a stamp on the number one spot throughout this period? Or do you think when it comes to wide receivers, it's really going to be focused on that third spot?
I think I think it's going to be both. The third spot going to be spotlighted and focused on, but they going to downplay it. The Bears, Caleb, they all downplay it. But you think Rome and Luther not thinking about it? First of all, fuck Rome. You think Luther is I don't want to call him cocky, but he's very confident in himself and what he can do and his abilities. Yeah. And Pilgrim just said Rome is missing something. He's kind of soft. That's how Rome is. Rome, like if they ask Rome a question about the wide receiver one battle in training camp, he's gonna shy away from it. You think Luther is? He ain't gonna just throw his man under the bus. Luther gonna say, man, look, I am who I am. Can't nobody that, you know what I mean? He gonna say some shit like that. And that's just not, they just different. And if Luther just want to keep grabbing motherfuckers by the throat, exactly, Luther. Right. Exactly. It's just gonna be inevitable. What Kobe say? Be undeniable. If he becomes undeniable, we ain't gonna have no choice. All his fans, they ain't gonna have no choice but to say Luther is number one. But we gonna see. That's why this is gonna be a training camp battle that I can't wait to follow and listen to what's going on out there. True Pilgrim said they love Luther. Yeah, he does. Grimy, I forgot to shout you out when you jumped in the chat earlier. He said, y'all see the Browns drafted another QB? I hope.
I don't think they drafted no QB.
I don't know. I don't know.
If they did it late as hell in the draft when round 3 or something. I don't know. I don't think they drafted a QB though. They might have got somebody in free agency or UDFA or some shit though.
Brought another guy in that room just because they cause I think Deshaun Watson I hope not. I hope not.
So we talked about the line up to this point. Yeah. In the training camp battles. I want to bring up somebody online that we kind of talked about him a little bit. O-line? He's not in the training camp battle. Yeah, O-line. He's not in the battle though. Darnell Wright.
Okay. Well, all right.
It's almost time for him to get paid, ain't it? If you were in the Bears position right now and you could put a number, just go off the top of your head. Don't
research.
Yeah. Just tell me where like what's the number that you would give him per year right now? I don't know what. I think right now he's the 22nd highest paid, right?
On a rookie deal. That's hard because not knowing the market and where they at, I might throw a number out like because
Okay, so let's say this then. Yeah. Would you be looking to reset the market? Would you
For
be
Darnell
looking to
Wright?
make him
No.
the highest pay right?
No.
Okay.
And I don't like not tackle. He's not gonna be the highest. Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, he's not that. He's really good in the run game. We run his way a lot. Like we run his way
Ton.
a fucking shit ton, and it's not even.
He had a ton of clips. Like he had like 6 minutes of highlights of him just putting people on their shit.
And remember we talked about, and I'm not comparing the two, but remember I talked about like Braxton Jones doing something to Jared Verse, like sunning him at one point. You think Darnell Wright wasn't gonna sun him at one point at some point? You know what I mean? He like it's Jared Verse. He's a good talent. He would have got him too. But you think he wasn't going like, come on, man. We saw what he did to a lot of dudes. We saw what he did to the Giants dude who was leading the league in sacks at one point. What the fuck? Banks? No, it's not. It's not Banks.
Tibbs, K Tibbs.
Not Tibbs. It was the other Burns.
Brian Burns. Oh yeah, I
yeah.
remember he fuck.
That shit
Then
looked
he
like
stood
AI
over him when he did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But Darnell Wright does have his warts and his shortcomings in the pass game. He got to get better in pass blocking, pass protection. He does. I can't reset the market. If you got another question for me where it's like, okay,
Well,
would you?
I'm looking at right now, and I'm about to pull it up. True Pilgrim said he getting at least 20 million a year. I've seen some sources kind of float that number around, but I'm gonna pull up real quick. This is what is the contracts for the top 10 highest paid.
I'm gonna zoom in
right
so I
tackle.
can't see the chat. So
Oh my bad.
no,
You know what?
you good. You're
This is
good.
the-
I'm just
Okay.
I can't see the chat. So if True Pilgrim say something else, just put it up because I'm
So right now, this is the top 10 people at his position. Darnell Wright is split off at the bottom, but Darnell is 22. Like you said, he on his rookie deal.
Yep.
Top right now is Tristan Wirfs, and he making 28.1, like 28.1. Panay Sewell making 28 flat. The next few people is making 25, 22s. The lowest person on this list is making 15. So that's kind of a drop off. But from what True Pilgrim's saying, he'll be like right here in the middle, 5th or 6th highest paid right tackle if he's getting about 20 million a year.
He'll be exactly where Zach Tom. He'll be in this range. Titus Howard, Zach Tom, and Taylor Moton, Brian O'Neill.
What is that? Spencer Brown.
He'll be in Spencer Brown, but see now you're getting into those dudes got paid because of the shortage of left tackle or right of tackles. I'm just thinking they got paid because of the shortage. Like True Pilgrim is saying, Sewell is the only one I would take over him. I wouldn't go that far. I would take Tristan Wirfs. Tristan Wirfs is a dog. He's really fucking good. They moved him to the left. He was a right tackle. They moved him to the left instantly. And he's worked wonders. And then Lane Johnson is old, so it's like, duh, you know what I mean? Because it's like the Caleb, was you gonna take Caleb or Matthew Stafford or an old quarterback type shit? But Darnell Wright is up. Okay, I'll get my list right now off this: Tristan Wirfs, Panay Sewell, Lane Johnson, and Darnell Wright.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
But Zach Tom ain't no punk, and neither I don't know Titus Howard, but I know Zach Tom ain't no punk. Titus Howard may be good, but that so he'll be he might get over 20. He'll be like 22.
22,
Yeah, he
23?
might. He might get 25 because of how
because of how the market is moving.
Exactly. You know how this shit go. So he might be 25.
Put him above Lane Johnson, but below Panay and Tristan Wirfs.
He might tie Panay Sewell, don't mix it. So
what's Panay? Oh, at 28?
Yeah, he might.
28 is optimistic.
So okay, so the range what we talking about is like because I don't see the Bear. Oh, that's the max right there, the highest right there. So he's gonna be from 28 to 20. I can't see him getting 20. I can't see him getting 20 after looking at this list. I can't see him. Is this right tackles or this all the tackles?
This is right. They actually have right and left split up, which I thought was very interesting.
Left too because I don't.
Let me see if I can get the left.
Yeah, because I feel like this is just right because Panay will probably moving to the left this year, but I just want to see the numbers and maybe just type in like top 10 highest paid left tackles.
So I'm gonna pull it up real quick. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause my camera because I think last time I was having them issues because I had too much stuff up with the new camera. I think it'd be taking up. Not take myself off the screen. I'm gonna pause my camera and then I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Because I do got the other side. This is over the cap, by the way. Hold on. Over the cap got too many ads. Let me zoom in though.
They definitely do. Yeah, do your thing, get it together. And like I said, this is right tackle, and I don't want to be. It's not really being picky. I just want to see what they're getting paid over there because I don't think right. I think the right tackles, like, there's no. You're not. Maybe if you're a top left tackle, but right now in the league, if you're a tackle, you're a tackle, and you could be. You know what I mean?
So this is the other side. Laramie Tunsil is number 1 with 30.
Okay, so
Slater,
the Commanders just gave him that, right? Yeah. 50.
Yeah. Charles Cross, 26-1. Christian Darrisaw, 26. Bernard Raymond, 25. Trent Williams, 25. Andrew Thomas, 23-5. Jake Matthews, 22-5. Jordan Mailata, damn, 22. I don't know what the hell going on either day. But left is obviously getting paid a little bit more for obvious reasons. That's that blind side. But I do think after seeing this, I think you kind of spot on with the 25. I think they're going to kind of put him and Trent Williams right there in the same boat.
Yeah. Like, you know how it is. Like, we could look at it from the Bears side and what, because if it was up to the Bears, it's gonna be. I can guarantee you, if it was up to the Bears, it's gonna be like 20 to 20, from 20 to like 25 range, maybe 18 to 25. It ain't gonna be 18, but it's the Bears, so they gotta get the best deal for them. So it's gonna be like 18 to 25. But with his agent, they gonna be asking for. Yeah, Tunsil, but
is it David Mulligata? Because he get everybody paid.
Him and what the is it Rose?
Yeah,
the Rose dude name. Damn, he everybody. But fuck, I don't even know. Oh, there go my boy Wardell. We've been cooking, man. Appreciate you jumped in the chat, man. We've been looking for you. But we've been cooking. For his agent though, mixed it. I'm gonna probably say, golly, they gonna be. He's young. Like, what's his age? He's 25, 24.
Darnell, yeah, like
he's still young. Yeah. And you see all those dudes, 32, 27, 26, 27, 29, 38. He's gonna be younger than all those dudes.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, he was an all-pro second team this year too.
He's like the youngest dude on this list. Now that I keep going down, he's younger than all these dudes.
And to be honest with you, I think another thing that's going to factor in too is he's the youngest player on the line outside of Ozzie. Everybody else on the line is older than him, and he's obviously the piece that they're going to build around. So I think that also plays into it too. But I think if forget what I think they should pay him.
Mm-hmm.
What do I think is appropriate?
Yeah,
I think that 25 range is appropriate. I think that kind of, to me, if it was me, I'm looking at it like I feel like 25-ish, maybe 26 and a half. You up Trent Williams, but you're not you kind of probably. I think you probably sneak into the top 5 with that, right? But probably not if you consider in this side. The other side, he'd be top 3 at 25, I think.
Yeah, because the highest was 28, and I think there's a few had 28 million.
Yeah, so he'd be pretty close. 25, True Pilgrim said 25 is fair. That should satisfy both parties.
That was yeah. And then give him I think I saw somebody with 91 million guaranteed. The guaranteed money is what really gonna matter, and they gonna dude from the Chargers, Rashawn Slater, he getting 92 million guaranteed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Give him 25 a year, 4-year deal. The Bears don't do them 5-year deal. Give them like a 4-year deal and give them.
I'm looking at
75 guaranteed.
these
60
go
guaranteed.
most of these is going through 2029 and stuff like that, fully guaranteed. I see the highest is like, well, the highest right now is Andrew Thomas, but he
Well,
just
so
got
what's the difference between fully and total guaranteed? I'm confused.
fully guaranteed. Shit, I don't even know.
Fully guaranteed and then total guaranteed.
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see that. I was looking at these last two right here.
See, I was looking at total at first, but like
maybe the fully guaranteed is not including incentives,
signing bonus or something,
or probably that too.
Okay.
Wardell said, "I know Trent Williams. His daughter goes to my school." Wardell, you in San Francisco?
Gotta be if he usually if they in the chat man. This late they be on
we seen somebody from Canada, we seen somebody from Georgia, he all the way on the West Coast. That's what's up, B.
That's where J2K out there, Truth out there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah, because we we do these 8 o'clock, 8:30 start times. Yeah. So where we at, especially on a Sunday, our people, the Bears fans who in Chicago or Wisconsin or the Midwest, they it's a little late. Well, True Pilgrim, you East Coast, is that Eastern time still? That's Eastern. That's the DMV area, right?
All right.
So
shout out for the love from the different time zones.
Man, we had a dude from London, England, last season. Cool dude.
Was it during the season? I feel like I remember that.
It might have been not this past football season, but like this last year. Like
I think I remember somebody from it was somebody from South America last year in the chat.
South America.
During one of the post game shows.
It might have been. It's dope when you get when you see like the reach of the Bears. And then not only the Bears, then give us some credit. The podcast it's dope, and it's cool to see dudes like True Pilgrim and Wardell jumping in when it's late. You is late, Wardell. You are late, so
keep pressing this damn button. All right,
nah, you good. You good. But look, Darnell Wright deserves his money. He does deserve his money. Okay, not the DMV, but close. My bad. You probably get that a lot though, because when you say Virginia, you probably get that a lot. Wardell said, "I am late." What we talking about? So I can get some questions going. Like we just was talking about Darnell Wright. Damn, he missed a lot. We
talked about training camp battles.
Yeah,
mostly on the offensive side to this point. We went through the offensive line, that left tackle spot, the center spot. We talked a little bit about Darnell and his extension. We talked about a few things up to this point. We talked about a few wide receivers and they battles and stuff like that.
Montez Sweat getting voted 91 on the
players. Montez Sweat getting voted 91. Speaking of Montez Sweat, I'm gonna go off.
No, you
one
good.
More tangent.
Yeah, you good. We got topics, but you know how we do.
I wanted to save this for when we talked about when we started training camp battles for the other side, but you know what? I think this is a good conversation. So I have an article that I want to pull up.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about it, but before we talk about it, or what they said in the article at least, they did a ranking of 3 players, one player from each level of the defense. That was our top player, and ranked them in comparison to the rest of the league. So what I want to ask you first, you pick one defensive lineman, one linebacker, one secondary player. Who is your top 3 on the team?
All right. So before I answer that question, Bear Truth, I just spoke him up, did I not? I just spoke his ass up. Appreciate you jumping in. You came in accordingly this time with the waves and the fire. The fire flames, and then my boy, it's been a minute. Last time I talked to y'all, I was in there going off, and y'all was hating. You was with the other Vikings guys, but it's all love. You know how it go. Vikings podcasters, Bears podcasters. We got to link up again at some point and do it the right way. He said wide receivers asked for the Bears. We ain't gonna get into all that. But So, like I said, hey man, we got to do something this off season, and we do something every game. But the 2 times we play each other every year, so I got you. I know that wasn't your live. But
we definitely got to
all
get
right.
on the joint show or something though.
For sure.
Definitely.
So what was the question again? Mixed it because I
You
did
pick
like
your top defensive lineman, top linebacker, top secondary player.
top defensive lineman is obviously gonna go to Montez Sweat. That's an easy one. 10.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, led the team. Led the team in that area. 91 on the top 100. It's a lot more than 100 players. That's a good player. It's a real good player. Is he elite? No, but he's better than anything we got. Was he worth 98 million? I don't know. We can argue that every week, all day long. But Montez Sweat is the best defensive lineman we got. What was the next one?
Linebacker. Your spot. Your favorite.
Devin Bush. Oh my God. I can't say Devin Bush right now. Just because I want to see him in a Bears uniform. I want to see him with the Chicago Bears. He's coming off the best season he's had in his career. You know what I'm saying? Mixed it and Bear Truth, since you put Bush in there, we're asking him to do that again. You know what I mean? We're asking him to do that again. Right now,
a completely different defensive line, by the way.
Okay, so
a Myles Garrett-less defensive line, by the way.
Exactly. But my best linebacker, it ain't gonna be Devin Bush, but I'm gonna go. It's between TJ and DeMarco Jackson for me. I'm gonna probably go TJ just because his instincts is off the charts. He's probably got the best instincts on the team. He's not the most athletically gifted on the team. He's not the fastest, not the quickest. But I mean, if I'm not gonna go Bush, I'm gonna go him. DeMarco Jackson was my boy. You know that Mixed it. I've been vouching for him all off season.
Okay.
But that's my linebacker. What was the other one? Who is that?
Secondary.
Kobe. Okay, I see. Secondary, going Kobe. Like, how can we go Kobe? How can we go Kobe right now? That's crazy. I'm going to stick with what we know. Stick with what we've seen from everything we got. And I'm gonna name the from my mindset. I'm gonna name them real quick. And before I'm not even looking at the chat. Kobe, Dylan, Tyreek, Kyler, JJ. Now we got backups, but we're not talking about the backups, obviously. Because
right.
I'm going JJ. I'm going JJ. Like, who else can I go? Why would I go any of those other dudes? Kobe, you did what you did with a D line that you had. You saw what Eddie Jackson did when he had the D line. He had Akeem Hicks and Khalil Mack and everybody else that was playing. Of course, he was gonna be really fucking good. Dylan Thielen is a rookie. I can't do that. Kyler Gordon, come on, man. Can we see you play football? Can we see you get on the field? Tyreek Stevenson. We was depleted at cornerback. We brought in CJ, and that motherfucker played more football than you. You know what I'm saying? And we was depleted. We was looking for cornerbacks last season, and Tyreek couldn't get on the field. JJ is that's my so I'm going Montez, TJ Edwards, and Jalen Johnson. That's my 3.
Okay.
That's my 3.
Before we go with my 3, let's look at a few things.
I feel you, Bear. Yeah, because the chat was going. I could. I had to get my thought out. So go ahead, Mason.
First off,
lead the way.
You want to start with this one? Is Wes gonna be here?
I don't think so. I don't think Wes gonna jump in tonight.
I think it's just us 2 tonight.
It's gonna be us.
If Wes come in with some cliff notes, you already know he welcome to join us. He
gonna have his Bears Bible ready.
Right, yeah. But yeah, I think it might just be us 2 tonight. We holding down the fort for the squad of 3 though, as always. And then this one, real quick. Stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. Stop playing with us.
But see, look, and for some reason they be clocking us. They be clocking us. They be clocking us so hard. We was live last week. Why you ain't jumping there? And then we was live not the week before that, but we went live the week before that. But look, we explained what was going on. There's a lot going on in life. A lot going on in life. But we here, we back, we rolling. It's training.
Y'all ain't gonna
It's
miss
the
us
off
too
season.
much. We're gonna see you this Sunday, next Sunday.
Ricky Mosby did. Ricky Mosby and J2K missed us. They definitely missed us. But nah, look, Zoe, you gonna see us every week, leading up to training camp, through preseason. We here, and we rocking. So, oh my gosh, I don't know how much I want to put into what Zoe is talking about, because last time I was on it was a lot of soft. It was a lot of soft shit going on in that live. Motherfuckers was like, hey, don't come on my live if you ain't ready to hear this and talk your shit and talk. Ooh, I get to talking my shit.
Zoe wasn't even talking about
I get
the
muted.
Vikings. He was talking about Drake May. He yelled Drake May name at the top
he
of the
loved Drake
like 5 times.
Drake May ain't on the cover of Madden, is he?
But
go ahead with your.
Did you say who is your linebacker?
I went Montez. I went TJ, and then I went Jalen Johnson.
Man.
And then True Pilgrim, I'm gonna just put some of the ones from. So he went Montez, Devin, and Kobe. More being on his addition by subtraction. You say you had a different D lineman, so start with your D lineman there.
No, I had the same D lineman, but I'm having a difficulty with this question when it comes to the secondary part, and the reason why is because, like I spoke on earlier with JJ is not what I seen last year.
And when we say JJ, we talking about Jalen Johnson, not that soft ass Vikings quarterback, not that soft bum
We're not
that everybody told me was better than Caleb.
9
weirdos.
Man,
my bad.
Just kind of threw me for a loop.
My bad. Let's reset it. So you said Montez is your D lineman, so you moving to JJ. You gonna skip the linebacker for now, right?
Oh, I'm sticking with TJ. I think TJ is better than D-Jack. I think D-Jack's faster, but I think TJ can. I think TJ can see the play a lot quicker. Like TJ play with his head, and it usually results in him making some big plays. Now, when it comes to him covering, whoever said that he had a hard time covering earlier, I'm with you and you're right, because he definitely have a hard time covering. But when it comes to him playing the run and stuff like that, I kind of, and when it comes to him being able to read backfields and stuff, I think I like him a little bit more. I don't think I've seen enough of D-Jack yet. Seeing him in this coming season, it'd be easier for me to gauge the two. But I liked what I seen from D-Jack a lot last year. I'm giving TJ the nod on this one though. When it comes to JJ though, the reason why I'm struggling picking JJ is because I got to think about the JJ that I seen the year prior when I think about his best play. You know what I'm saying? Last year, I said it myself, he looked slow. He didn't look like himself, all these different things. And that's what I seen pretty much all of last year. So to come in now and say he's the best player we got in the secondary, it's hard because it's kind of going off of old film.
I will ask you this then, because you're right. Going off of old film, if he's not the best, who is?
I don't know, because the only other options would be people that I ain't seen play in the Bears uniform.
That's my point. That's
the entire. I will not say that somebody that performed on a different team in a different scheme with a different group of guys is gonna come over here and be that same guy. I have. You
was that dog with that Seahawks line, D line, so you could make breaks on passes because you knew that quarterback had 4 seconds and your D, or not 4, 1.5 seconds, and your D line was gonna be in his face. So he had so you could make those breaks on the ball.
Right.
When the quarterback gonna hold that bitch for 3-4 seconds over here, and you got to cover longer than you used to, how you
Mhm.
gonna perform. You gotta,
Now,
so
all
I
that
do feel you
said,
though.
I still got JJ. I still got JJ. JJ, my boy, man. I'm rocking with JJ.
For
But
sure.
goddamn, boy, we got an uphill battle to climb this year. But we're gonna climb it together though. I'm on your side.
So
Now, go ahead.
now I'm gonna take a left turn real quick. So if you want to get that point out,
No, go
get it
ahead.
out. No, so I saw this in there, but I wanted to wait before I put it in there. You know how we do. Money talks, bullshit walks, and I wanted, but because he showed up late, so I wanted to make him wait a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Wardell did put the super chat in here. We talked, and it's kind of like off. It's kind of off too. So Wardell, $4.99 super chat, my boy. Look, like I
Thank
said,
you for that.
we appreciate the $5, the $4.99. You was a little late, so I had to get to you a little later. But he said, so you guys are talking about how the Bears are bad in the wide receiver room. Which, see, that's why I said, hold on, see, it's a little odd because that is not the case. I don't know where that came from. He said, theoretically, what if the Bears went out and got Tyreek Hill because he is a free agent? Now, look, there's two parts to that question. I'm gonna start with the first part, and I'll do the second part, mixed it, and you do your thing with it. We didn't say nothing about this wide receiver room being bad. This is one
No,
of
that
the
was
best.
Zoe. That was Zoe saying that shit.
Oh, he's talking about Zoe. He is talking about Zoe. My bad, Wardell. My bad, Steph. My bad. Oh shit, you is talking about Zoe. Fuck Zoe. Look, it's all love with Zoe, but fuck Zoe. So I wish you would have said fuck Zoe, but woo. They got Justin Jefferson over there and Jordan Addison, so he feel like they tough. I'm gonna move on to the second part, but I want give me Tyreek Hill. I'm not one of those. Look, mixed that you might have a different opinion, and please express that. I'm not one of those people that try to like Tyreek Hill's a dog. Like if he don't, we got Scotty Miller. Now is Tyreek Hill going for what Scotty Miller went for? Probably not. But I understand we got our Xavier Thomas, we got our Khalif Raymond. It's a little late. It is a little late for that. Hear me out, mixed it, because the take I'm having is a little off, not off par from where I usually lean. It's Tyreek fucking Hill. Let's see what he got. I'm with it. I would do it. We ain't got the money to do it, but I would do it. I would see what he's talking about. See if it's reasonable. See if we can bring him in for training camp. And like we said, it's the Ben Johnson era. You battle for your spot here. He don't give a fuck where you was drafted, how much you make. Are you the better player or not?
Mm-hmm.
And if you are, you're gonna win that spot. And if you're not, then peace out. So yes, I would bring Tyreek Hill in if it made sense logistically. Don't just I'm not 1 year, 20 million. We can't do that, obviously. So yes, it's a yes for me, dog. What's up, Mixed It?
I'm a little bit on the fence about it.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it if it's like in an effort to make a run this season, and that's like we didn't make a whole bunch of moves on the defensive line or whatever, and we probably not gonna be able to. So if I could add more offense and like be more explosive this year, like
I think repetitive, a little redundant.
Yeah, like just like I mean. Are we saying that in a conversation where Tyreek Hill takes a spot on this team in the future season? Like, where's the like you said, it had like the logistics got to be right. You know what I'm saying?
Please say no. And save me, because I gotta say yes. But please, we can't do this right now. We really can't. But
I mean, I'm obviously like we had to make some moves in order to make this move. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's like bringing DJ Moore back, but
not right. Y'all that's better. You get a magnifying glass out and find a diamond in the rough for the defense. Because if y'all move heaven and earth to try to get Tyreek Hill in this motherfucker, and it better be no defensive players left in free agency. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you can do it for that, like you can find pieces to add to this room. To me, it just feels like I don't know. Like it puts a stamp on you don't want to add pieces to this
To
room
the
if you go and get
defense.
Tyreek Hill.
Which the kind of the draft kind of showed that. But Wardell also added on to his question and said, and also he could mentor the young wide receivers. That kind of mentor could be amazing for the young wide receivers like Luther Bird. And look, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Tyreek Hill is trying to play.
Yeah, he ain't. I mean, he could have mentored Jalen Waddle, and it. I don't. They both gone. All right, Jalen Waddle ain't in.
Yeah,
he's
Bronco.
gone too.
Yeah, Bronco.
Yeah, he's a Bronco. Oh my God, both Knicks got a weapon. I like Jalen Waddle, but anyway, Wardell, this is a good question. Especially if it would have been better if you said fuck Zoe and then you know, yeah, nah. Look. Honestly, I would love Tyreek before all, but at this point in time, going into training camp, nah, we can't really do nothing with Tyreek because we got a younger, healthier speedster in Xavier Thomas, and then even Luther Bird. Like, yeah, nah, we can't put, and then it depends on what he gonna ask for. And I wouldn't, if I'm Tyreek, I'm not asking for 1 year, $5 million. I'm worth more than that. He is, and we can't afford it. So I would love him, but nah. Appreciate the super chat though. Send another one. Based off a question, based off the topic we talking about at hand, which
So
is
yeah, but while we doing that too. So that group that we came up with, because I think we both had the same group, right?
what's the group?
Montez, TJ, and JJ is our top 3 from that pairing that we chose. Where would you rank those 3 when it comes to the other teams in the league? Because that's what Sports Illustrated did in this article, and I'm trying to see what you feel about the ranking. But I just want to see. I want to gauge. Do you think they like a middle of the pack, lower end of the pack? Where do you think that they at in terms of those 3 players you picked?
There you go. Mixed it. What I just get done talking about? You see all the West Coast motherfuckers, all the
Right.
West Coasters pulled up late. They all pull up late. It's what 8:30, 8:25 where y'all at. So I appreciate that. All y'all pulling up. J2K.
Wind down
We
time.
mentioned you up. Yeah, exactly. We mentioned you earlier. But you did miss a lot. Y'all missed a lot. Wardell, put it in the chat. Where you at? What East Coast, West Coast, Midwest? Where you at, man? But so I would say Montez Sweat is, so they ranked him 91, like we talked about at the beginning of the show, and ranked him 91. Montez Sweat is like, in terms of edge rushers, he is a not middle of the pack, but he's one of the better edge rushers. He's not elite. So if I'm just gonna throw these numbers out, mixed it. Don't hold me to this. I'm gonna just throw some numbers out. If there's 8 elite edge rushers in the league, Montez Sweat is he's probably outside of the 8 elite, right? And then he's probably gonna be about 15, 14.
Okay, I can get with that.
Yeah, that's where I would put Montez Sweat there. TJ Edwards, linebacker, off-ball linebacker. We know how they not value no more. Like, how you know what I mean? How do I put this?
How do you rank that?
Yeah, I could get a guy that could do what TJ does. Not as good, obviously. His instincts is better than, second to none. But like, come on now. Like, I don't know how you want me to rank him. JJ. Oh, JJ is one of the better cornerbacks in the league still. Until I see he's not, when he's healthy, he's one of the best cornerbacks in the league to me.
I like how you said that too. Like, when he's healthy, like.
And this mixed it. This not a Braxton Jones type healthy, where it's like, I saw him healthy, then he got hurt, and then now I'm trying to see if he can be that when he. No, Braxton sucked when he was healthy. He got hurt, and now everybody's like, oh, well, maybe he can get back and he be this or that. We saw him when he was at his peak, and it wasn't that good. Jalen Johnson was really good. He was really good. So I want to see Jalen Johnson can get back to that level. And when he says he's 100%, that's when I want to see. Soon as he go on an interview and say, I'm good, I'm ready to go, I'm 100, I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
He didn't even got to say 100. When he said, I'm good, I'm ready to go, I'm playing, that's when I'm all eyes on Jalen Johnson. Let me see.
Yeah.
because
I agree with that.
You know,
because
so.
when he said that he, like he needed a full off season to really feel like himself, it was like that's kind of what you want to hear. It just still sucks to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because when he originally came back, we like, shit, is he gonna be good or whatever? Like, because he had like a torn quad or something right before training camp started, like right at the beginning of August last year. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like they went through all the training camp. He tried to come back against Dallas, went back out before halftime, and didn't come back till like week 10.
Remember the play? He got like burnt, not burnt, but it was across the middle.
Right.
And
he just slowed up.
He laid out for it, and he like laid out and like fell face flat and never got up.
That's
and it was a groin, right? Was it a groin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
It was a groin and it was like a quad at the same time. Like I guess like the way they was talking about that shit was like he tore the shit completely off the bone, bro. Like I was that's tough to hear. And especially like we talked about it, like that's like these soft tissue areas and stuff. It's hard to rehab that and perform in the same season.
That's all you are. When you got hips, you're a cornerback. You switch, you turning your hips all day long. Adjusting and that's all you are. That's your whole thing. Without that, if you stiffen the hips, which a lot of cornerbacks are, that's what you stiffen the hips. You don't make it. But if we've all been following OTAs this up until this point, mini camp and training camp, not training camp, but OTAs, mini camp and then OTAs, Jaylon Johnson has been looking good. He's looked good. I think he had 2 interceptions.
Yeah, 2 picks. Yeah.
He's looked good. Now it's no pads, but we have what we have to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I remember back in Caleb's rookie season, and we were like 4-1, 5-1, or like something. We were 4-2 or something like that. And I'm like, look, everybody was like, well, they not doing this well. They don't do this good. I'm like, well, look, enjoy it while you can. Because once the bottom fall out, it's gonna be devastating, and we all gonna be miserable as fuck. And we went on a 10-game losing streak. I swear to God, mixed it. We went on a 10-game losing streak, and I was like, "See, I told you, enjoy it while you can. Why y'all being so negative? Enjoy it while you can, because if that's true, the bottom gonna fall out, and that's exactly what happened."
But Sports Illustrated ranked that 3. They had the same 3 as us, actually. Montez Sweat, TJ Edwards, and Jaylon Johnson was Sports Illustrated's 3 that they went off of as our top 3 at each one of those spots.
They
ranked all 3 levels of the defense. They ranked the Bears 19th. They ranked us 19th. This is what Sports Illustrated had to say. Maybe this ranking is too generous for a Bears defense that allowed 361.8 yards and 24.4 points per game last year. Still, this is a talented trio that did gain some help in the safety with the signing of Kobe Bryant and the first-round selection of Dylan Thieneman. Sweat, who might be Chicago's only reliable playmaker on the front, recorded 10 sacks last season. Johnson needs a bounce-back season after appearing in only 7 games due to injury. And Edwards will need to do more now that Tremaine Edmonds is with the Giants. And keep in mind, TJ Edwards damn near snapped his leg in half in the playoffs. They air casted him out of the game. But to my knowledge, he has been healing nicely. He's on track and all of that stuff. Mark, Rob, what do you think about the ranking? Or what do you think about them being kind of in the same boat as us as the top 3 players?
Can you blame them? This is Sports Illustrated, right? Yeah. Can you blame them for saying what they said? Like, maybe this ranking is too generous for a Bears defense that allowed 361 yards and 24.4 points per game. Now, I don't know what everybody else was doing, but we saw it. We seen it. I don't blame them for 19th. I don't know if people think we should be higher. I think it might be a little generous, honestly. With this group, when they talk about this 3, right? This trio, Jaylon Johnson, Montez Sweat, and TJ Edwards. Oh, be happy, Bears fans, with that 3. Be happy because you got a slow middle linebacker. You got a cornerback that's coming off injury, who I think is the best out of the bunch. You got a Montez Sweat who is solid, no injuries. He's going to do his thing. 8 to I'll say 8 to 10 and a half sacks now. 7 to 10 and a half sacks for Montez Sweat. I think they got it right. I really do. Like, you can't be mad at what they could have put us lower. I ain't gonna lie, they could have put that trio lower based off what they saw last year. You didn't see much of Jalen Johnson. TJ Edwards got injured for us. The only one that you really saw was 98. So I think they were generous, in my opinion.
I feel like they was kind of a little generous. I mean, see, my thing is this: is like when I think about where I think this defense is going to rank this year, I think the ceiling for them is close to 19. I feel like the ceiling is close to middle of the pack, 17, 16, somewhere around there. 16 is dead middle of the pack. So if they're there as a defense, we damn near going to be undefeated. But
well, see, like you saying, like the ceiling is they go higher if you get a spark. Like Dylan Thieneman's is you got a spark there. You get a spark from Kobe Bryant, who the unknowns. If those unknowns spark, like those Dylan Thieneman, Kobe Bryant, or even fucking the D line. Let's talk about the D line. Dayo Adeyemo come back and somehow is motivated Dayo, or Shamar Turner come back and do some shit we didn't see, or fucking Lynch. I forget his
James
first name. Lynch and
Neville Gallimore,
Street. Like, so you get a spark from these dudes, then it'll go higher than 9. But honestly, if everybody do what they've always done, that this is generous to me. 19 is generous to me.
I mean, like I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I just feel like, to me,
or perfect, generous to like right on the money.
I feel like they kind of. I would give it 19 if I'm looking at the defense as a whole together. Yeah. Looking at these 3, I probably wouldn't give it 19.
2 of the players barely played.
Right. Exactly. And that's part of the reason why. Now, what I do appreciate about this list is they didn't consider our top 3 to be motherfuckers that I ain't ever put on a blue and orange before. So
I love that. Yeah.
I like that. And I like the fact that that's a realistic assessment of what we've seen. I mean, in this paragraph, they essentially talk about a lot of what we've been talking about for a long time as we evaluated this team and stuff. From our end, though, we kind of speak on it, I guess, with a little bit of optimism, because we seeing some of the stuff that, and I'm not even talking about from the defense, but from a whole team perspective, we speak on it with a little bit of optimism because we see some of the stuff that's going right for this team, that's going in the right direction. Yeah. But we definitely still got some ways to go. So just because, we got a good offense don't mean that this just automatically flipped everything. This defense is something that we talked about that continuously needs to be worked on.
And there's things I disagree with this article. Like when they say Johnson needs a bounce back season after appearing in only 7 games, he don't need about Johnson is
he
good.
Needs to be himself.
He just needs to be healthy. If you want to say Johnson needs to be healthy, yeah. But it's not like when Johnson on the field, we like, damn, he just absolutely sucks. When during those 7 games, we didn't just say he absolutely sucked, because if he did, he wouldn't have been on the field. I said Tyreek Stevenson is a name that couldn't get on the field even when we were depleted at the cornerback spot. Jalen Johnson came back at 80%, 75%, and still beat him out. You know what I'm saying? So, and then they also said Edwards will be needed to do more now that Tremaine. Why? Why does he need to do more? Just do what you do what you've always done, because Devin Bush ain't no punk. You know what I mean? I
mean, to be honest with you, when they switch spots, they both played a better game.
Exactly.
So it's not like he necessarily needs to fill Tremaine Edmonds' shoes.
Nope.
But
Tremaine was the will. Tremaine played better at the
Exactly.
will, which you're at the will linebacker spot. You are asked to do more. You're asked to cover more. It's much more than the middle linebacker. The middle linebacker is usually your voice, usually your green dot, or whatever you know, however you want to run your defense. But the middle linebacker isn't covering. Now that middle linebacker need to play downhill for sure. You know what I mean? Bears fans think of the middle linebacker position as not Monte, but Brian Urlacher. We were spoiled. Fred Warner, is it Fred Warner? Spoiled.
That's my dog.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my dog.
Usually that will linebacker has a lot more responsibility in terms of on-field play and responsibilities than the middle linebacker. So that's why you got to be faster as a will. You got to be able to guard, cover, and then still play downhill and shed blocks and yada yada. All linebackers need to do that. But
now, if your 3 is Bush, TJ, and D-Jack, or however you want to split that, like that as a collective, I believe in more than a collective that we had last year. We really had them 2, and then it was Noah Sewell sometimes until he got hurt. And then who filled in for Noah Sewell? I don't even think D-Jack came in.
Okay, so it went TJ and then Sewell filled in for TJ, right? And then D-Jack came in for Sewell because Sewell hurt himself, and
he got
then
a
Tremaine
ACL or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was a season ending, and then Tremaine hurt himself too, right?
And
so
then,
they had it, but is that when TJ came back? So they was able to move TJ over there, right?
TJ took his spot, but somebody else filled in between.
Because I mean, we had Ruben Hippolyte in it, but he got hurt too. Remember, Ruben got hurt, but it was DJ.
Ruben keep having welcome to the NFL moments or some shit because they didn't clap his ears together twice, 2 different seasons. But it was somebody else that we missing.
Shit,
yeah,
remember that? They both came in,
and then he put up like 13 tackles in the game.
They had like 13, 11 tackles, both of them. They went crazy. So that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. We was bandaged up. We was banged up as a team all fucking season, man. From cornerback to linebacker to fucking thankfully Brisker stayed healthy all year. But offensive side of the ball, we was banged up.
Yeah,
offensive line got banged up, but
we talked about it last year. We was a hurt ass team.
We had the most missed games from start
through the injury. Yeah,
through the injury.
We're gonna jump into the super chat from Wardell real quick, and then I want to ask you something else about the same question.
For sure.
Wardell, thank you for the 5 again.
Much love, Wardell.
He said, so you guys have been talking about the Bears D.
Yep.
There is a player in Vegas named Max Crosby who is looking for a way out. Should the Bears get him?
You know, the thing with Wardell, before you say,
I'll spin that block twice. But go ahead and say what you're going to say, because I'm going to say something else after.
Yeah, the thing with Wardell is he brings up a lot of past topics that we talked about, past incidents that we kind of like got into it about. You know what I mean? Not got into it, but you know, debated, because that's what we do on this show. I had a co-host once mixed it on with the Black Bear podcast, and they was like, yeah, maybe we argue too much. I had somebody say, I'm like, dude, like, that ain't none of that. Like, it's gonna happen. We gonna speak passionately about this team. And if you hear some fucked up shit come out of somebody's mouth, say something, because it like we're not here to spread bullshit to our fan base. Not here. We want to make
the best conversations be when you really believe in what the hell you saying.
Like,
because when I feel something, neither one of y'all is taking me off my soapbox for that.
Exactly. Even if you now if you wrong, you wrong. But guess who gonna tell you? The chat gonna come and tell you. You know, the chat gonna come and tell you. But I'm just saying Wardell bring up the other shit that we argued about. As far as his question, should the Bears go get Max Crosby? Mixed it, you know how I feel. We talked about this ad nauseum. Yeah. Yes, they should have been got him. You still should get him. However you need to get him, go get him. I don't care. Go get him. and then keep taking bites at the apple at D-line. Filling
Keep
that
going in
D-line
the
with young
draft.
talent. I
Keep
asked
getting-
you and Wes, who is the young defensive talent on this D-line that we got like for the future? Like young. We got and
Still
take
nobody.
Jordan
Post-draft?
Vanderberg out of it. Take him out of it. Who's the young defensive lineman that we got? You want to say Austin Booker? I might be inclined, but this is third year, so I might be inclined to say that. But who else? You got
I think the
Javon, who
next
ain't
is,
young.
youngest one is JD. Yeah, GD 99.
Exactly. There's no
And-
young talent that you got
Yeah.
coming up through on this defensive line. So fuck it. And I want to maximize Caleb's contract, rookie contract before you got to pay him whatever you got to pay him. So go get Max Crosby. Go get him. Go get him. Because when you sign Caleb to his deal, you're not going to be able to.
It's hard. It's gonna be hard. Now you got to get it done in the draft. And we
this
talked
is
about
another
that before. Yep. We
turn.
talked about that before, and I'll say this: I was not on board with what the asking price was. I was always on board with the player. I was
Right.
not on board with the asking price.
It's gonna be a lot.
It was gonna be a lot.
Well,
Over time, as I've seen some of these other deals happen, as I've seen some of these players get extensions and stuff like that, maybe I feel like, all right, maybe I was a little bit too harsh on what I thought the asking price was, but still giving up multiple firsts and shit, that's a lot. That's a haul. That's a haul, especially when you have it's the last couple of years at least, you've been drafting pretty decent in the early rounds. So to give up your first and the first again,
right.
and not even being played during those rounds, that's a hard thing to do. So I wasn't on board with the asking price. I think the asking price at this point is going to be different than what the asking price was prior to. And I'm definitely
the Raiders
on that conversation. So
my bad.
Go
Let the
ahead.
Raiders start 0-3. The asking price will be.
oh shit, that's just going to drop. hey, I'll be calling them right after the game. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you, man. But listen, we got. Do y'all want to figure something out, or do y'all want to figure something out?
And but to like talk about the asking price and everything and your stance about this question and Wardell, we thank you. Look, I get you is late. You definitely late, but don't like
No,
man, we talking football. We gonna bring this same conversation up
it's gonna come
midway
back
through
around.
training camp. Yeah, hell yeah.
So watch, an
We be
article
like,
gonna come
fuck.
out, and we gonna have to talk about
Gonna have
it.
But in terms of like asking price mixed it, I get it. Like I definitely get everything you're saying. When now I know you might not, this might not have been the exact stance, but like when you say don't spend the money, don't trade the draft capital. Yes, I definitely get it. Draft your own players, build them up, develop them with Dan Rochard, develop them with Al Harris, develop them with Ben Johnson, and Antoine, develop those guys so you don't have to go and spend. But what did I say mixed in the free agency? You spend in free agency because you weren't able to draft and develop. That's what free agency is for. If you can't go and draft your left tackle, guess what? You got to buy one unless you're going to keep playing the long game. Now, if you got a quarterback or whatever that you on this time schedule with, you got to go all in. You got to go all in and try to maximize that window, that championship window. It's very short. It's very short. You saw what happened to Seahawks. They lost their Super Bowl MVP is gone. A couple guys from their D line is gone. We took one of their Super
the Chiefs, bro. That shit,
man. Hey, it's crazy.
with Eric Bieniemy at that. God,
We took they Super Bowl free safety. Like the Super Bowl window is short, bro. So you got to maximize it as much as you can. And then if you're a good GM, make it happen on the back end the way you're supposed to make it happen.
you got to
The way
start
mixed
acting
it.
like Howie, bro.
Yeah.
The Eagles, Vanderberg
is
gonna-
crazy.
The Eagles gonna get motherfuckers out of there. They
Oh,
know
he
how to
calling.
continue to
Happy,
put
bro.
together put together a line and stay competitive year over year, and that's what you want in Chicago. I don't want a one and done Super Bowl. I want a Super Bowl, so if we can get us one right now, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I don't want a one and done. I want to be a dynasty.
Dynasty.
Howie back in the chat.
But see, this when you said be like Howie, you was talking about Howie Roseman. I thought you was talking about this motherfucker.
I ain't even
With,
see him say nothing.
He
Bulls
like
fucked up.
literally just put
All
it in
new
there.
Hyattsville. What is he? Is he talking about
Yeah, he
Tiago's
don't like
Twitter and them?
Tiago's
How they
Twitter.
fuck up?
Yeah.
They just got them. Damn. But I want to while we talking about this, or before we get off of it, so we can wrap this part of it up. What do you think? We just talked about Sports Illustrated ranking us 19, right? Without knowing who the players that they selected to be the top 3 that they went off of, just tell me where do you think the Bears rank in the division in terms of those 3? So, best linebacker, best lineman, best linebacker, best secondary player from the NFC North. What do you think the order of the 3 or the 4 teams is? I said 3 because I don't be counting.
Better than the Packers. I think we're better than the Lions. But I don't know because Aiden Hutchinson is huge. Aiden Hutchinson might be him alone might be better than all everybody. But Jalen Johnson kind of combats that a little bit because I think Jalen Johnson's good. So I'm not going there. So I think we better than the Lions. I want to see, but and this is a simple question, so I'm not gonna make it very tough. But Brian Flores does play a role in how he uses his defensive players.
That's true.
But I mean, they don't got Gernard.
They don't have Gernard anymore.
Yeah, I'm reading Howie right now. Detroit, Minnesota, Chicago. You talking about D-line? Yeah, let's see, but so I'm gonna go number 1 Bears. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna go number 1 Bears.
Okay. Well, real quick, so Howie, so you can be up on the question.
I forgot about Micah. I did forget about Micah. I really did, but
while you getting your answer, let me just restate the question for Howie real quick. So
yeah,
Howie, we was reading an article from Sports Illustrated. They ranked the defenses across the NFL based on their number 1 defensive lineman, number 1 linebacker, and number 1 secondary player. Based on that grouping, the Bears ranked 19th in the league, and Mark Robb is going to tell us where he thinks they rank in the North.
Yeah, I'm still going first. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna stay at first.
Okay.
I think Micah and Aiden Hutchinson alone, like those 2 dudes are who they are. But
the committee behind them.
The committee behind them ain't what we got. So I'm going Bears number 1. Where you got?
Okay. For us,
and I'll be right back. Keep going though.
I'm trying to think. So for us, when it comes to those rankings, I like what he said. I like what he said as far as Aiden Hutchinson and Micah Parsons both being dudes, so to speak. But we talked about this during games with the Packers last year. The Packers secondary, not it. It's not it. I think they linebacker core was better last year because they had Edgerrin Cooper and Quay Walker or whatever, but Quay Walker is gone, so I don't think that they're gonna be too much to worry about. I think those 2 as a pairing though was pretty solid, but individually, I don't trust in them that much. I think the Packers secondary minus 1 DB is kind of scrambled eggs. The Vikings, shit, I don't even know who the Vikings have, to be honest. I don't know none of the 3 core players that the Vikings would be put up right now. And the Lions, I feel like the Lions, they was cool. I feel like they secondary kind of got some questions over time a little bit, especially with Kelvin Shepard taking over. Aiden Hutchinson is a big factor in that. I think they defensive line, they've performed pretty solid year over year. But when it comes to the secondary, I don't really trust nobody secondary in the NFC North, if we being totally honest. And if we're talking about linebackers, I don't know. I don't have the Bears first though. I don't have the Bears first. I think if I would put a team above the Bears, it would probably be the Lions. I just feel like the Lions is probably one of the more well put together defenses in
Well,
the.
one of their best linebackers for the Lions was Alex Anzalone. He went to Tampa, right? I think he went to
Did he?
Tampa. I believe so. They do.
Oh,
They did.
snap.
They got Jack Campbell.
I do like Jack Campbell though.
He was a first round pick.
Yeah,
when
Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell's kind of a problem.
Other than that, I don't. They needed Alex Anzalone. He was really good. And then
I did not know he left.
the Vikings don't even use linebackers. They don't. They use what's his name? Oh, what is that dude? He's very fuck. I'm gonna know him when he pop up on the field when we play them. But start with like his last name was like what an M. Fuck, he was
From
good.
who?
He was
From the
good. He was
Vikings?
the Vikings. A safety hybrid, linebacker hybrid dude. What the fuck was his name? He's good. He's good. I give him that. He's good.
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about.
That's Brian Flores doing what he do. So yeah, they got Campbell. They got Campbell for sure. But
well, let's look at where they got us ranked. It's going. So what I got is each team in the NFC North, where we ranked, and the 3 players that they based it off of.
oh, Van Ginkel, but so it's Van Ginkel but Van Ginkel is the same way. Who's the other dude? The black dude, Howie, not Van Ginkel, but it's the black dude. Oh man, he's a hybrid type of player, more than Van Ginkel. But keep going, mixed it. Keep going.
This is the part that I wish Joe stayed for, because they got him ranked damn near dead last in the NFL off of the 3 that they went off of with Andrew Van Ginkel, Blake Cashman, and Isaiah Rodgers. I think that is after Harrison Smith left.
Got Xavier McKinney.
I'm not worried about his.
He's good. He's a good player.
He's all right. He's a little bit more hyped up to me than what he is. But either way,
Is he
Vikings
better
ranked last.
than what we got on this list, though? Like the safeties in this division, though. I think he's better than the Lions safeties. I think he's better than the Vikings safeties. So then it brings you to Kobe Bryant and you know what I'm saying?
All roads lead back
that's
to
what I'm
Chicago.
thinking. Yeah. And our
It's gonna be us versus y'all.
Yeah.
But
Keep
I
going.
like Brian Branch from the Lions. Brian Branch is a DB though, right? Is he a safety or DB? I think Brian Branch plays on the outside. Howie, where's the NFL historian at when we need him? You know all the
Grenard
information.
left. Let me see who
Grenard did leave. Jonathan Grenard did leave.
Yeah, but it's the Vikings dude that I don't think we giving enough credit to. Keep going. I'm gonna find him.
The only person that I thought of when we was talking about the Vikings just now was Harrison Smith, and he's not there. But I don't know who else you're referring to. I don't know who else you're referring to, but what I'm about to pull up though is I'm about to pull up the article real quick, and I'm just gonna read off what they said about these other teams. I don't want to put them up on screen. Let me see if I can find an article real quick.
Oh, was him? It was Metellus.
Oh shit!
Joshua Metellus. Yeah. Yes, Joshua. Hey,
I definitely way overthought his ass. I didn't even think about him once.
yeah, Joshua Metellus is good. He was questionable. Yeah, nah, he's one of their best. Oh, they actually just re-signed him to a 3-year, $36 million deal. No, he's one of their best DBs for sure. And then they got Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy's good too. But yeah, no, it was Joshua Metellus. I knew it started with an M, but keep going.
But what do you think about the rankings that they have across? So the Lions ranked 8th. They top 10 from Aiden Hutchinson, Jack Campbell, and Brian Branch. That's a nice 3. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, they do got Brian Branch. Oh,
Brian Branch is a problem.
That's the best 3. That's the best.
Yeah,
3.
that's the best 3 out of these groups.
This is 3. That's the best 3.
Packers
Because we got
14 with
unknowns
Michael
mixed in. We
Parsons,
got
though.
2 unknowns for our team. My bad. But we got Kobe Bryant and Dylan
Dylan
Thieneman.
Thieneman.
That's unknown for Brian Branch. But keep going.
So I'm just saying, like, when you look at it, when you look at it, when it comes to like the whole thing, it's just, to me, the Packers being middle of the pack, and you got Micah Parsons after you basically traded 2 souls for him. That's kind of tough.
So I'm glad you did this, and that's why I appreciate you mixed it. Because when visual is better, when you got all these names in your head, you trying to figure out what's going on. I just give it to the Packers too. I do, like, I do, and kill me if you have to, like, you know. But Micah is better than Sweat, and give me Micah over Sweat and TJ Edwards combined, right? So then give me Edgerrin Cooper and TJ Edwards. If you want to say they're a tie, fine, that's a tie. And then I already told you what I thought about Xavier McKinney. I thought he's a tough safety. Now he's a safety. Jalen Johnson is more important. Jalen Johnson is better than any cornerback they have. You know what I mean? But you know, I got to give it to the Packers. I really do. That I can't even lie. I can't.
So this is what Sports Illustrated said about the Packers. They said, I ding Green Bay's triplets a bit because Michael Parsons recently told reporters he doesn't expect to see the field until October, which could mean he won't reach top form until the second half of the season. The star edge rusher was in the midst of a dominant first season in Green Bay before sustaining a torn ACL. Edgerrin Cooper didn't make the sizable jump that many expected in his second season, but maybe he gets there with the help of new teammate Zaire Franklin, whom the team acquired in the trade with the Colts. As for McKinney, he's an outstanding ball hawk who's produced 10 total interceptions since arriving in 2024.
That's a good unit. It's a good unit, and Micah gonna make all of them better. Now, Quay was Cooper. Look, because Cooper
Quay Walker was better than Cooper to me.
They're both first round picks, though, right? I believe they're both first round picks.
Yeah, but Quay's gone.
And yeah, Quay's gone. But I mean, we got, you know, like, we got some like Cooper is probably, that's what I'm saying. Cooper is probably equal to, if not a little bit less, than than TJ Edwards, depending on who's faster, because TJ ain't got no speed. So if Cooper is fast, then they equal out. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Micah is Micah, and then McKinney, I don't know. I hate to say it, but that's a good unit mixed it. That's a good 3. It don't make up the whole picture. I do think we got a better defense, but
yeah, and see, that's actually the part that I was gonna say now too, is like, when I look at some of these players and I evaluate some of these players, I'm basing it on their performance, but I'm also basing it on the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, we taking one person out of the room and asking you to be the spokesperson for everybody, right? But when you look at that room in totality, it's like, all right, we can kind of get over on the Packers secondary a little bit, even if you do got a Xavier McKinney, because it's not like everybody is Xavier McKinney on a secondary. So
safety,
exactly.
Safety
so
ain't a premium position. They don't got a quarterback up there. We have a cornerback. You know what I mean? Where is your who is your Jalen Johnson? Give me Jalen Johnson over every one of their all 3 of their cornerbacks.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So yeah. Now, but yeah. The 3 players are really good.
And I guess I'll just go off of what they said about the Detroit Lions. They said the least about this one real quick, but they said there's a lot of star power with these triplets, but maybe it's a mistake to rank them this high after they played poorly in their first season under defensive coordinator Kelvin Shepard. Perhaps Shepard gets better results in year 2 and takes advantage of having a game record like Hutchinson, who had 14.5 sacks last season. Campbell had a breakout 2025 season that ended in first-team All-Pro honors, and Branch was a bit erratic at times last season, but his versatility makes him a chess piece for Shepard.
So what do you think about the comparison from Bears to Lions? What do you like, based off what you're reading and what you know? how do you feel about this rank? Because honestly, before you put this out, this graphic out, like I said, I appreciate you for sure because it helps me actually process it. I had the Bears first. I don't have us first no more.
So looking at this, I think when you look at these groups, I think the Lions have a better group than we do. But I think also when you look at the defense as a whole, I think the Lions is probably the hardest defense that we play just across the board. Like, I don't believe in the Packers secondary. I feel like
Which is crazy.
I feel
not
like
about the Packers, but just the Lions being the easiest. That's crazy. But you said that. You said that.
no. I feel like the
You said the
Lions is the
toughest.
hardest. They're the
Which
tough.
is crazy. Yeah, that's the crazy part because they probably the weakest. They probably the weakest. But not from this list.
From this list, yeah. Like when you going on this list, like this is like when you look at it,
Vikings are 31st.
This is clear.
32nd. Yeah,
they're the clear lead when you look at this list. But I think the Lions defense, they got the right pieces. I do think the article is kind of right, and like they got to put a lot of this shit together. I didn't know Alex Anzalone wasn't there until you just told me.
But who else do they have? Terrion Arnold?
Shit, they might not even have him.
And then who's their coordinator? He's gone in New York.
Yeah, Kelvin Shepard took over for them. They had a down year on defense last year, but you still got Aiden Hutchinson producing 14.5 sacks on a down year, and you got Jack Campbell, first team All-Pro on a down year. You got some of the right pieces. You just need to put it together.
But see, this is my thing, mixed it. So you got Aiden Hutchinson. That's a premium. He's premium, right? He's a dog. I get it. That him and Micah, you could put them cancel each other out. But Jack Campbell is he's an off ball linebacker. Yeah. I don't care about that. Trust me, I don't care about that. Unless your name is your boy, what's your boy name in San Francisco? I can't, but unless your name is that Fred, I don't care about you. Brian Branch, really good player. Not a premium position.
Brian Branch is good.
He's really good. Not a premium position. So you got one premium position up there that's really good. Packers got the same. They got the same setup that they got. Premium position at the edge. Two non-premium positions.
Interesting way to look at it.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got Blake Cashman. Like, do I need to talk about the Vikings? They don't even matter. They got yeah. And then you got us. TJ, not a premium. Montez, premium. Jalen Johnson is a premium position. Yeah. We have the only corner. Well, Isaiah Rodgers is a cornerback. He ain't Jalen Johnson. We got the only stud corner up here, and we got a halfway decent edge rusher up here. Now, if you like Micah and Aiden, and they weigh that heavy for you, I get it. I do get it. Like, those two are not like if Montez get 10 on his best year, them two can get 15. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing numbers out. I'm just, I get it, but Jalen Johnson matters too. And he's better than every cornerback on all of these teams. You need 3 cornerbacks. He's better than 3 cornerbacks for the Vikings, 3 for the Lions, and 3 for the Packers. He's better than all 9 of those guys. So that matters a lot, it does. And then if you want to talk, well, I won't go this far, but the other guys that we got is better than theirs now. The Packers,
and that's the part of this story that don't get told. Like, we third on this list, at least in comparison to the division. But that gap started closing when you look at the whole totality of the defense.
I love it. Wait, so what's up with the Terrion? What's up with this? Well, he said major crime.
So yeah, Terrion Arnold.
So that was real. It wasn't no like they took my
Well, as of right now, he has a trial hearing tomorrow. I can talk to you about it a little bit. I mean, if you want to, so you can kind of be up to date on.
It was kidnapping, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Was it real or did he take his child? You know what I'm saying?
We don't really talk about a lot of, like, when people get cases and shit or whatever on the show. We tend to leave it alone because it's not actual football talk.
Right.
So, mind you, Well,
that shit
what I'm
real, I
gonna
need-
tell you is nobody
Yeah.
taking sides and none of that shit. But
Tell
from
me
what
the
I know,
facts and how will you put the facts
Right.
in there? Everybody put the facts. Because I didn't look into it. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even care.
so from what I know, Terrion Arnold, he owned property in Florida in which he uses an Airbnb or whatever. He would rent it out to guests, stuff like that. He apparently, and I don't know how this part of it happened because he was robbed. Not him physically being robbed, but I'm assuming this stuff
From
was stolen from his
The
property.
Airbnb.
Was $250,000 plus worth of merchandise. Why you got that shit in the property that you renting out? I don't
From
know.
the Airbnb.
Right. So that part to me kind of was not adding up. Like, who's keeping
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But whatever. The stuff was stolen from him, and apparently, like, he set up a hit in order to rob the people back that robbed him.
So he knew who this.
So
was.
apparent what I read when I was reading the article was
Who? What? You
two-
know what article it was?
I don't know. I'll send it to you
Okay.
when
No,
I
you
found
good.
it.
You good. I just wanna know.
But essentially what happened was this two girls lured the people that robbed him into a room, in which they was locked in a room, and people that basically came out of the closet, kidnapped them, tied them up, robbed them, beat them, whatever, and then they basically released them. And these motherfuckers went to the cops. But what also came out was essentially the people that they set the hit up on wasn't even the people that robbed him. So essentially he got the wrong people. Now, where he comes in at is apparently while this was all going on, he was FaceTimed and he was giving verbal commands on what to do to those people in an effort to get his stuff back. So
And they didn't listen to the verbal commands. Or they
no,
did.
like he basically was telling them
what to do.
what
and
to do
beat
to
'em
them.
up and okay.
So that's how he's a part of it or whatever. He's basically being looked at as the main conspirator in the crime.
He got the money, so he's
8 counts, 4 kidnapping and 4 armed robbery, in which all 8 are felony charges.
Okay, I see. Well, he's not. First of all, he's not gonna go down for kidnapping. And what was the other one? Armed robbery.
Yeah. No. How all this stuff how all this stuff is gonna shake out, I'm not 100% sure. But tomorrow morning he has a hearing that is going to determine whether or not if he has an eligibility of getting bond. Because as of right now, you got no bond, which means you are no longer a Detroit Lion, damn near, because you're stuck in Florida.
Don't his brother play for the Falcons? Or am I no. His the Falcons. Who the Falcons brothers?
The Falcons brother. Fuck. I know exactly who you're talking about too.
Arnold, not Arnold, but fucking the Falcons brothers. They're on the same team now. I thought Terrion Arnold had a brother too, but
AJ Terrell and his brother.
Terrell, the age. Okay, yep. My bad, Terrell brothers. My bad, but okay, that's interesting about Terrion Arnold because I liked him coming out of college for sure. I don't think that's gonna stick. It's just so loose, and it's a lot of bullshit going on. The fact that you got the wrong people is crazy. You renting out this property and whatever.
Now, what's crazy is before this even happened, because they've been building this case since February. He was originally arrested in February, but released. And then now they got enough evidence. They got people, witnesses, and stuff that they're gonna bring, etc. But like right before this came out, he was on video yelling at people and kicking them out of his Airbnb. That's how I even knew he had property he was doing Airbnb on, because I guess some people rented his property and started having a party and some shit or whatever, in which he basically, I guess through whatever cameras and shit, he had seen a bunch of people there that wasn't on the reservation, and he basically showed up and showed out and started kicking.
That's
people out,
weird
going off
because
the field.
I've had Airbnbs with people in it that wasn't on the reservation. It'd be like that sometimes. Sometimes we trying to turn up. I want 8 bedrooms. It's gonna be 14, 15 people in here.
Now,
But he was paranoid.
you know, with how Airbnb has been as of like late, and when I say as of late, I mean like over the last 5 years or so or whatever, they've been getting more and more strict on these guidelines and stuff because people
Yeah.
been having parties, tearing up property and some old shit.
Gotta
so,
protect your investment.
yeah, they've been on their ass and they've been changing a lot of rules and all of that stuff as far as how Airbnb works and what's tolerated and what's not tolerated, so to speak. So,
Howie saying
But
there's
yeah.
no football for a year, I'd guess. Okay, look, I just wanted to, because I didn't, I promise you, I seen the headline. I'm like, okay, whatever. He gonna get off. Ooh, this and that. It ain't even gonna be that. When I saw kidnapping or robbery, I'm like, okay, it's his baby mama. It's his BM. Whatever. He took the kid. She took the kid. Whoever took the kid, and they fighting over the kid. Type shit. I'm like,
right, some shit that get talked up and is major drama stuff like that.
right.
I
just
read
because
like
he-
I was reading about it and stuff. I just like I said, we really don't talk about that type of stuff, or like we don't usually get that type of stuff minutes on the show. So
I'm about to say shit. We really, I don't look at it mixed. I mean, if y'all ever want to talk about, I'm cool with it. I didn't even know. I'm glad that you broke that down for me like that because it's like now I also see like, in my opinion, I think he's gonna be fine. I do think he's gonna be fine, especially off what you just told me. So his lawyer, he got money. He's gonna pay for the lawyers. His team's they're gonna be fine, and he'll be good. But
Yeah, my thing is before you
ahead.
get off that topic real quick,
No,
my
go
thing
ahead.
is just we talk a lot about all these other teams and stuff
Mhm.
like that. We talk a lot about this division and stuff like that. So when stuff like this happens in the division, that's really when I'll like pay attention to it. But it's never really brought up or put into consideration when I look at evaluating my team versus this person team or whatever. Like, for example, if we had a guest come on the show from a different team or whatever, I'm not going to be like, well, your cornerback in jail because of who, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, like we going to leave that shit in the pocket.
We would have hit Zoe
on the field. What are we putting on the field? That's what we're going to talk about. So
we would have hit Jordan Addison. We would have hit Zoe with that a long time ago. Like Jordan Addison been doing shit for, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, like, excuse me. And that's weird because when we cover the draft process, it makes it, I'm glad you mentioned that because we did the receivers. We talked about all the receivers in the draft. Not this year's, but okay. So it was the Roma Doomsday draft. We talked about all the receivers. We talked about the this and that. And who to take at 9. And remember New York Giants wide receiver. What is his name? I'm drawing blanks on names tonight.
Who are you talking about?
New York Giants wide receiver.
Who the fuck did they get?
Number 6 or 5. The LSU guy, Malik Neighbors. Remember he got caught with that gun?
Oh shit, I do remember that.
Yeah. So we was talking about this with I told you we break down the groups. I had the old lineman, Wes had the wide receivers, and co-host at the time, Dev, had the D line. And I'm like, Wes, you want to talk you want to talk about the gun incident? And Wes like, nah, we ain't got to talk about it. Woo. So I'm like, I bet we ain't got to talk about it. We didn't talk about it, but it was a big thing and leading up to the draft mixed it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do. We talk about everything leading up to the draft. But what is Howie talking about? I'm on plants. Yeah, but so okay, so this was gonna be my transition. Mixed it. I really wanted to talk to Howie since the draft. We haven't been able to talk to Howie. I wanted to bring him
for real, man.
And
I thought we was gonna get to that quick.
Vanderberg, talk about Kendrick Law, have him talk about how the draft played out based on what he was preaching to us during the draft. You know, I want so
especially in them later rounds, man. Because
I don't know if you want to do that right now, tonight, or whatever, or how you want, or we could go on to some of the players that the Bears players that's under the most pressure. I got that, or we can save all of that and hope, hopefully Howie show his ass back up, because Howie now we don't know when we see Howie. We can keep going what we doing and then wrap the show up.
All right, can we put a date on it, Howie? Do we need to book a reservation?
Book a reservation with Howie. I do want to talk to Howie and get the draft, his post-draft thoughts on how everything went down.
Right, we could even sprinkle in a little bit of pre-training camp. See what's Howie's next big prediction for the Chicago Bears.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's put a pin in for partying. Let's put a pin in that then, and we'll find him. Like I said, he's a West Coast dude too. Makes it for some reason our show times. If we start at 8, we gonna get the late night West Coast dudes. If we start earlier, Midwest, that's where we at. We gonna get Midwesterners, but it's all good. It's all good. We Bears fans is Bears fans. He's talking about Hall of Fame neighbors. Shit. Hopefully he does that, but hopefully we got a one in ourselves. And
Howie low key, he not caught all the way up to the live. He got to be like 30 seconds behind, because he been commenting stuff that we talked about a little bit behind all day.
Early, okay.
I think he a little bit behind. So we're gonna see. Let us know when you want to hop in here though, so we can hear your thoughts on that stuff. But how you want to do it? Unless you want to see if you want to do it tonight, we can get into these pressure players.
Nah, we good. We're look. So okay. So let's do it like this. Since we did, so let's hold the pressure players. I do want to do that. Like I said, okay. I did my notes on it, so I was prepared to do it tonight. But let's hold off on that, and let's hold off on Howie. And but I do want to do them both. We'll hold off on those, and we'll just continue and wrap up the show with just Bears talk like we've been doing all like we started at the beginning. So damn, he said I dominated the draft. Do you see him?
Yeah.
Damn, I had some good ones, but I do want to hold on. So let me ask you about this then.
Okay.
I got a question. This was a question, and I need your honest opinion and as detailed as you can get. If not, I'm gonna ask you more. He said, "But y'all make me type like a punk." Hey, Howie, don't do that. Don't do that, Howie. We would love you on the show. I as always. I swear to I would have been if I would have been put you on. Mixed it. What you think? Look. It's up to I'm gonna say it's up to Mixed, but I do got a question for you that's gonna be able to
Plus, the last 2 times we got you on here, Howie, we got you in here late, so we was already like 3.5 hours in.
Yeah. Well, we don't need
my
you right
eyes
now.
Be half closing and stuff. I gotta sit up.
We don't need you right now, Howie. We don't. So now
y'all made me type. Oh man.
Howie, you need to get on Twitter, get on Instagram or something, so we can set it up and it can be a real,
yeah. If you actually can on Instagram, my handle under my name is my Instagram handle. So
but
hit me up on there.
I be telling you though, he's West Coast, so he always gonna come in at that time, like when it's like.
Yeah, that is true.
His 9 o'clock gonna be our 11 o'clock, or
that's okay. I'm gonna have to give me some energy drinks that day so I can make sure I'm,
Or Wes gonna have to pull up, and then we got to do a full because Wes is on that time too. But so I do got this question for you. We can talk about it, and then we could do our thing and wrap up.
All right.
I do want to ask you this question because I heard this question going around Twitter and social media. And I want to know your opinion. I want to know Wes' opinion. So I'm going to ask this question again. Maybe your answer might change when I ask it again. Who is more important to Chicago Bears? Caleb Williams or Ben Johnson?
Mm.
And this is, you could talk about
That's
this
hard.
year. Is however, if you could talk about just this year, you could talk about the next 10 years. You could talk about Caleb as a rookie and Ben coming to save him. However you want to do it, it's up to you. Who is more important to the Chicago Bears' success? Caleb Williams or Ben Johnson? And while you
So
think
you know
about
what?
that,
All right. So
okay,
you know what? It's gonna take me a little bit of speaking through it a little bit to figure out where my answer is, because I got cases for both of them. You want to go first? That's cool.
No. I was saying, should I have held this question?
Should you what?
Like held it, like not asked.
No, hell no. We can go. We can go. That's a great question, actually. It's just when you think, because when you look at it, Caleb Williams came in and started doing stuff that, as Chicago Bears fans, we have not seen a level of quarterback play that we've seen from him through the Flus era or not.
Okay.
Right. And you gotta value that, because you have not seen that shit with your own two eyes in this city. You just haven't. And you can have all the different opinions that you want. You can say he shouldn't do this. You can say he hold the ball too long. You can say he inaccurate. You can say you don't like the way he ties shoes or paint his nails. You can say all that shit if you want to. It still ain't gonna negate the fact that he's done things on this team already that's extremely hard to do in this league, for one, and for two, you just not used to seeing. But now you got a person that you could say, that's my guy and I know he could do it. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's important. But at the same time, when you look at Ben Johnson's role in it,
that's what yep.
Man,
walk us through it.
This damn team will ruin a fucking quarterback. God damn, man! Like,
hey, this damn team will ruin Caleb rookie year. That's why Caleb rookie year potentially was going to be ruined. He was on the path of being ruined. That path. So
yes, like it's crazy.
I like what you're saying.
When you look at Caleb and like in his game, as much as you value the fact that he's had accomplishments, much as you value the fact that he's only thrown 12 interceptions and 1,000 pass attempts, etc. Like when you look at all of those things, those all count for something, and you still think in the back of your mind, like, God damn, he still was not the one that was gonna escape being ruined by a bad coaching staff if we let it happen.
Yeah, preach.
So off of that fact, I'm gonna go Ben Johnson.
I love it.
We have had to turn over a new leaf from being a defensive-minded team. You got to be an offensive-minded team to get the guy that's going to change your offense forever. So I'm going with Ben Johnson.
You know, it's crazy. So I had this question. Like I said, I wasn't going to ask it. I wanted this to be a whole, because it's a loaded discussion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's and then I can tell there was more to your explanation that you still had, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I start talking or Wes start, there's more to it that might pop up as we go on.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it. We have not had it. Hey, hold on. Hey, mixed it. We have not had this as a quarterback, as from a quarterback standard. We had, let me get Howie off the string because it ain't his time. We've had Jay Cutler. We've had, and first of all, Jay Cutler was the pinnacle, and I hated him. You hate your pinnacle, that says a lot. Like other people, like, oh yeah, you had a decent whatever. No, I hated Jay Cutler, and I don't know how you feel about Jay Cutler, but I hate him. But
I was not a fan of the Jay Cutler era. I'm glad I'm not by myself in that shit.
It was an abusive. It was. I always say it's an abusive relationship.
Yeah,
as we know it. I'm sure we haven't been in those. But from what we know of an abusive relationship, that's what that was. He do good, 3-4 touchdowns, and then do bad, 3 interceptions. Like it's crazy. But anyway, fuck Jay Cutler.
Oh my God.
Caleb Williams came in. He was a 50 passing yards, 50 something passing yards away from the record. 62 sacks, 68 sacks as a rookie. Mixed it. You talked about it last week, and you still did what you did.
Yeah.
You told us, name another quarterback to do that and get sacked 68 times. And you still did that in spite of. Like, that doesn't happen. Usually, if you get sacked 68 times,
you only throw 2,000 yards or less.
Done. It was over with.
Ask Derek Carr, David Carr, ask them both.
Ben Johnson. Not only does he have the offensive mind that the Bears been looking for since Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith couldn't get one. He couldn't get an offensive mind. But you have the leadership of leading men, and you hold these players to a specific standard that we want. You're not only good with the quarterback. Now, it helps because guess what? If we had a defensive coordinator and we were good, our offensive coordinator was going to be gone. So Caleb, as a young quarterback, was going to keep going through offensive coordinators because we're good. So they're going to keep going through. You know what I'm saying? That's okay with a Tom Brady or a Drew Brees or a Phillip Rivers or a Peyton Manning. That's okay. They could do that. But Caleb couldn't do that as a rookie. You know what I mean? Ben Johnson not only helped the quarterback, he changed the culture for the D-line room, the defense as a whole, cornerbacks, put Kyler Gordon on notice, Jalen Johnson on notice. Everybody on notice. Everybody is playing at a different level. Wide receivers, DJ Moore, like the whole thing is different. The whole culture in Chicago is different.
The floor is higher. Like, you can feel it when the floor is higher on your team, not just on the field, not just in the record, but like in the mentality. You know, I'm like, you can feel it when somebody feels like that shit wasn't good enough. Like we seen moments where we like the Bears had got positive plays and Caleb still walking, shaking his head. Like, I left some shit out there. Like, let the Bears walk away with 3 and they're not happy. Like, the floor is higher. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Flus had to trot Cairo out there, he's sending his ass out there. Hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he happy as fuck. Oh,
Ben Johnson gonna look at him and sit your ass back down. Caleb,
kick the field goal and sit your ass. Everybody should be disappointed we just got 3 points.
Yeah, like, for real. Like, I like that you just spoke on changing the culture, because that's the biggest thing. Is like, you have to change the standard within your mind before you can go and change that the product that you put on the field. So.
That you put on the fucking field and mix it, you get it. And the another thing, like Ben Johnson, to keep on his level, Ben Johnson, the championship window is only open as long as Tony's okay. All right. Look, I ain't gonna go that far. But look, Ben Johnson, you asked, okay, so the question was Ben Johnson or Caleb Williams, who's more important to the Bears' success? And I'm gonna ask you this. This is like an in-depth, within question, mixed it.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Johnson goes down. And you can, if you want to use it as your argument for whatever you decide, you can do whatever you want to do. It is Ben Johnson go down. Ben Johnson goes down, or Ben Johnson isn't here. Ben Johnson can't go down. You know what I'm saying? He can't go down. If he's not here, will Caleb be successful? Or if Caleb goes down, step in Tyson Bagent or any Exhibit A quarterback, Exhibit B. will the Bears still be successful? You give the picture I'm
Yeah,
trying
I
to
get the
paint?
question. Yeah. So
Because it's real. Like Caleb can go
to me,
down,
it's like
and Bajan can come in, or like
you ever
we
seen
saw Caleb
the,
without Ben, and it's unfair. But
you ever
make it-
seen Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire? The OG Spider-Man.
who was the villain?
You
got to give me the villain.
This was when he fought Sandman and Venom in that fucking construction site.
Was that 3? You sure that was 3?
Yeah, that was his black suit one.
And Venom, he turned. Hey, when he put when Venom got latched onto his ass, go ahead.
He just got strong as shit. Started flexing. I'm like, this nigga arms look big as fuck.
Yeah, he was swaggy. That motherfucker doing
his arms look big as hell in that suit. But the reason why I brought that up is because like the symbiote, it need a host. I don't think Caleb Williams immediately dies if Ben Johnson is not here, but that role gets hard. It don't look the same way as Lamar did when he got Jesse Minter from John Harbaugh on a team that he's already been established as one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and two, this is my fucking football team.
Which we will see how that looks.
Exactly, and we still don't even know how it's gonna look.
We will see. You got Derrick Henry over there too, so
now
I'm with you. Mixed, it's probably gonna look good.
Now Ben Johnson, on the other hand, though, without Caleb Williams, you don't have the engine that you need to make this thing go as strong as you really want to. Like you speak on it all the time. How many times he's had Caleb came and saved him last season? You don't have that with Tyson Bagent.
Cook.
You don't have that. You didn't even have it with Jared Goff. If the play was dead, the shit was dead. And Tyson Bagent ain't even Jared Goff. So you have a uphill ass road. If something happened to Caleb, if Caleb don't, you know what I'm saying? Now, can Ben Johnson put together a scheme that's going to have us be able to survive a few games if Caleb Williams goes down? Absolutely. I do believe in that. I do believe.
And can Tyson Bagent win us a few games if Caleb
Absolutely. But does that mean that this changes drastically from a top 10 offense? Yes. Like, it's going to change overnight without either one of them, because Ben Johnson has been here. He's instilled a different culture and all of that stuff, but you gotta be around a little bit longer for that shit to stick. You know what I'm saying? You like Caleb, even having Ben Johnson as his coach and just going from one regime to the next where it's a completely different mentality and all of that stuff. If Ben Johnson wasn't here, yeah, this is your team, but you haven't done enough things in this league to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna look so much different. So yeah, it can't.
And Ben,
they need each other.
And Ben did what he did with the Lions, but guess what? Like you just said, like you weren't a head coach there.
Mm-hmm. And you still got with Jared Goff, even as much as Jared Goff ain't gonna be able to make the play within the play or the play after the play, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Goff, most of the time, is putting that bitch exactly where you told him to put it, and that's experience that you also don't have on the back end. And so, if Caleb Williams goes down, Case Keenum might get some double takes in that damn room. They might look his way twice. Like, where did you place that again? Hold on. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
right.
All the things that we talked about, the ball placement, all these different things and stuff that he won't have time to try to really wrap up and coach within a younger guy, like somebody that's going to already know the offense. I know where I need to put it, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like to me, that's a situation where it's like, okay, I got to go with my veteran guy here. Unless it's just going to be a long time now, Tyson, we need you to get your reps in. You know what I'm saying? But this offense changes dramatically.
Like you said, if Tyson, exactly. If it's going to be short term, you know, but I mean, but they do love Tyson. You remember they love Tyson.
Mm.
I don't know how much Tyson would be able to do. That's just another Jared Goff, like you said. He's just another Jared Goff. He can't escape like Caleb can. He can't make Ben right like Caleb can. If that was the case, Jared Goff he went 18.
Jared Goff would have been the perfect fucking dude
would
then
have
if that was the case. Because Jared Goff, he damn near put that shit on the money. Like he puts it where it's supposed to be almost all the time.
Yep,
you have to get him uncomfortable, right? He's gonna get it there. He is the follow through, everything. 5-step drop, 7-step drop, and throw. It's gonna be there. Don't worry about it. You just get there, and it's gonna be there. Like that. That's what he had in Jared Goff. But when they had big games, when they had big time moments, playoff moments, it was not enough.
Or even big games, big time moments, and then in your defense wasn't a top 10 defense in the league, whether healthy or not. And Ben is in charge of that now. Like you can't just put this on Dennis Allen. Like you can for now, like say Dennis Allen because he was a head coach and you empower him to. But guess what? Let this defense lack for 3-4 years in Chicago.
Yeah.
You think we're gonna keep saying, oh well, he got the offenses here. The offenses they don't do exactly what they did to Lovie Smith. Exactly what they did to Lovie Smith. The defense was immaculate. We went to a Super Bowl in 2006, 2007. The defense was crazy. Brian Urlacher, Lance Briggs, Julius Peppers, all this, and that third. Lovie Smith could not hire a offensive coordinator to get the offense right. And Ben Johnson gonna have to do it. He's gonna have to do it. You say, Ben, I can't argue with that. I will say though, I'm gonna go Caleb. I will because I mean obviously you went Ben, so I'll go Caleb. But also because I mean, and this is not the case. This is not the case. It's not the scenario. I mean, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. I mean, who was the more important player? You know what I'm saying? So if Caleb does get to that point, and maybe that changes your mind if Caleb does get to like a point where
that makes you think too, like how many times did Tom Brady fix it for Bill Belichick?
For Bill. But Bill had those defenses in New England. Bill was a defensive guy. Yeah. He had
that is true.
Shit on point. But then you got Tom Brady. He goes to fucking Tampa Bay and do it again. And obviously we see Bill ain't win since then, but like Caleb's not at that level. And Ben may be further to or closer to Bill Belichick than Caleb is to Tom Brady. But once you have the quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, you think he can't win without Andy Reid? Come on now.
See, that's the thing though. It's like they've went through enough trials to be able to take that experience elsewhere and be like, shit, we know exactly what to do here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trusting in the fact and the mentality that Tom Brady can damn near go anywhere with a decent enough roster and make them a crazy competitive team.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like, it's the same thing with Patrick Mahomes. But they've been through enough, they've been against enough to where you can say that. They got enough skins on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Caleb, you had a great year in a great system for the first time in your career. You don't got enough skins on the wall yet. So to me, I get where you're coming from, and I definitely understand the argument when it comes with Caleb, but it's hard to give you that when it's still so much that you're trying to figure out. That's a good problem for you to have, though, because we talking about you having all these things to figure out, but at the top of the mountain is where your ceiling is at, and it's kind of where damn near where nobody else's is. So,
and that's exactly why Caleb Williams always not always, but he's been up there at the podium plenty of times, and he said, hey, you need a good coach to win. You need a good coach because he's not just coaching Caleb. He's coaching, like, it's so many, like, he's coaching. you think Luther Burden is more scared of Antoine Randall L or Ben Johnson? Now I get that's his position coach, but come on now, like Ben is everything on that offense. He's everything, and vice versa for a defensive coordinator or
Everybody that's here from last year got a Ben Johnson story. Everybody,
like everybody does. So he's very important. He is very important. And when I pick Caleb, I'm just talking to when you get to that level, to that standard where, okay, boom, you come in, I can learn your system quick because you know how these quarterbacks got to learn hella systems and they happen quick. And Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, most quarterbacks talk about how you got to learn another system. It's learning another language. Caleb can't do that. He's still like, come on. He just talked about how he was drowning, or not drowning, but he wanted to. He was waiting for a boat to come save him last season. He figured it out, but he was waiting for a boat to come save him, and it was tough. And you know, so but look, I could see the Ben Johnson the takes. Anybody that choose Ben Johnson, but I also see the people that choose Caleb. And you see that he can get to the Patrick Mahomes, the Drew Brees, the upper echelon of quarterbacks in the league. So a great conversation.
Oh my God. Howie having some of whatever West be having, bro.
No, yeah. Howie wanted he wanted to be on the live with us.
We got you next time, but real Howie, since you said you don't got Twitter, you don't got Instagram, tell me what's the best way to reach you. Do it in the best way possible without putting your personal information in the comments.
Right. I do want to talk draft with him. And
while we at it too, Fanbow Podcast hopped in the chat. I did see you talking in here earlier. Welcome back. I do believe this is your second time on the show because I believe you was here with us last week for the first time. So welcome back. You is kind of getting here on the back end today, but that's all good because you already know you're going to be able to go and find it and watch it and tune in with us next week when we get in and we continue talking about the training camp stuff. But keep saying what you were saying, Mark Rob.
No, I was just saying I do want to talk to Howie about his draft outlook, and we talked to him a lot leading up to the draft. I do want to talk to him and just get a recap on what he thought about the Logan Jones, what he thought about the Dylan Thieneman, and all that stuff, because that's going to be a conversation all through training camp, even as just as well as the battles.
Yep.
We ain't seen those draft picks play. We haven't seen how Ben Johnson plans to use those players. We can speculate, but until we see them on the field and what Sam Roush and Logan and all those dudes, Malik Muhammad is doing, it's worth talking about with somebody who's giving us Jordan Vanderberg. You know what I mean? So that's what I got to say to him.
I want to know where he thinks Vanderberg's rookie year ceiling is going to be. Like, do you think he's going to get a substantial amount of tick? Do you think he's going to be, I know he got a few heads already in the room that he's behind. But how much competition do you think Jordan Vanderberg can create within his room coming forward? Because I like,
it's not that big of, it's not the pick not Grady Jarrett, pick his brain, learn from him. It's not that many. It's not, the competition in that room ain't massive for you to overcome. Like, do it. Go do it. Take it. Make it your own.
I think he could be competitive. I definitely think we're gonna see him have some play this year. I think he's gonna be. What I'm hoping to see is in training camp that he's gonna show them some promise at being able to stuff the run a little bit.
Yep. Move some dudes.
Use your strength. Use your size. Use that perfect RAS score. And just put body on people. Get in there, be disruptive. All those different things. And turn some
Clog
heads.
the paint.
Yep.
I hope he can do that. Look, I just want to talk to Howie in here because I can't believe that motherfucker came on here and drafted Jordan Vandenberg. I need to clip. I'm gonna go back and clip it and post it. I should have been did this.
Man, it's
Select-
like thinking about it. I can really. I'm just thinking about how excited Howie was talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Like we was deep in the draft talks, and he was talking like we was still talking in the first round, full of energy, and was like, "This dude is a beast." You know what I'm saying? Like, and he came out and gave him a 10 on the RAS score, and then became a Chicago Bear. So it's like, okay,
And to let
you know something about something.
and to let everybody know, like we had it here first. Had it here first, a late round, because you can get the first round, the second round, maybe even some third. We had a 6th round pick on drafted on this channel. You know what I mean? We had it here first. Our chat had it here. This is what we do. Our chat is smart. We try to, this and that and third. I need to know what he thought about the first few picks, though. I really do. But all right, let's wrap this up, Mixed It. Let's get up out of here and let's call it one. Again, if you have not subscribe to the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. We will be back. What, next weekend? Next Sunday.
That is the day after the 4th. So keep y'all drinks close. Keep your fireworks closer and safe. I had somebody very close to me had a fireworks accident one year. Nobody got majorly hurt, but I'll tell you what happened. I was with the homies. We was with a few girls. It wasn't really like, no, I was talking to one of the girls, but
okay.
But it wasn't like that with all of the girls. We was popping fireworks or whatever.
Okay.
We had a Roman candle that was a dud, and that shit blew up in my hand. It was either in my hand or my homie hand. Like, you know how Roman candles, they just supposed to shoot off.
They
whatever.
go shoot.
Yeah.
Wow.
That shit didn't happen. That shit just did the pop in my hand, and this shit blew up. I let it go, kind of dazed, because the shit just blew up in my face, and it's on the ground, just shooting off everywhere.
And it kept going.
I look up, and the girls is running, covering their hair.
Yeah.
Like this, because the shit is pointed towards them. That shit was hilarious.
Oh,
but
so everybody was cool.
Everybody was cool, but everybody almost got shot, because when that shit hit the ground, it was like just going every damn.
I think everybody had like Roman candle situation or bottle rockets with the bottle tip over.
Oh yeah,
bottle like that,
fall over and shit, shoot back towards
yeah, type shit. I did have one where I had like was it a black cat? It was a firecracker.
Yeah,
it was a regular firecracker. Regular firecracker, and it was they usually come in a pack tied together, blowing.
Yeah.
Pop. But I had a single, look the stem. I lit it, and I was going
to try to throw it.
What, that bitch blew up before? Yeah, it blew up. yeah. I swear to God, hand still here, but it did.
Thank God.
I was pissed at the motherfucker that gave it to me, because it wasn't. I didn't go through it. I was given one, lit that bitch, and you know how that go. But I was straight. But a lot of I did some crazy stuff. I used to go around, me and my homies. We used to go like 3 or 4 of us. 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. We ringing doorbells, right? And it's the 4th of July, so it's a lot of events going on within people's households. Well, we ringing doorbells. As soon as they come, we the whole pack though, down the whole pack, and throw it at the. Yeah, it was crazy.
That was wild.
I was bad as fuck, and I'm up in Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin.
That's funny as hell.
Well, we're on our bikes going through the night, see some people in the back of the like I said, it's 4th of July, so it's 1 o'clock in the morning. People still out drinking, the adults. We was young. What we behind the trees, throw that bitch, and it was crazy. So
Man.
be safe on the 4th of July. I hope y'all had a eventful Juneteenth weekend last weekend. I know I did as well. So let's keep the holidays going, keep the holiday spirit going. I hope everybody get back safe because we're gonna be here Sunday after the fact. I actually don't know what I'm doing next weekend. I don't have nothing planned for the 4th of July, but we'll see. We gonna be here next weekend talking Bears football. Hopefully some news come out of Hallis. If not, we gonna have
Some good news.
Exactly. Not Terrion Arnold robbery, kidnapping shit. None of that weird
No
shit.
more
Hopefully,
Kyler Gordon bullshit.
yeah, hopefully Kyler say I'm healthy, I'm ready to go. I've been doing this healing process, whatever it may be with his millions. But look, appreciate everybody tuning in to the Black Bear Podcast. There you go. There you go. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. I'm your host, Mark Robb. My co-host in the building, Marcus motherfucking Mixed It. We gonna see y'all next weekend, Sunday. After y'all eat some good food, pop some fireworks with the kids, do whatever y'all gotta do. It's Bears. We gonna be here all through training camp, all through preseason, post-game shows after the pregame, after the preseason games. And then is hit the ground running. Week 1 against who's the week 1 game against? Week 1 against
Minnesota.
Is it Minnesota? It was Minnesota. No,
I think it's them again.
it's them again. Hold on.
Yeah, we keep doing this shit, and it's really getting annoying. Oh no, wait.
Panthers. It's Panthers.
Panthers. Vikings is week 2.
On the road to the Panthers. Week 2 Vikings. We got y'all covered all week. Y'all gonna see us every week until February Super Bowl weekend. We're gonna cover some
I think that is on. Is it on Valentine's Day this year?
Valentine's Day, maybe. We here. Give y'all Bears fix. Give us our Bears fix. But we gonna be here. Then we got news, breaking news, all that. We got it covered. So we gonna see y'all next weekend. Y'all have a good rest of y'all week, night, sleep, however y'all doing it right now. We gone, we out. Like I said, I'm your host, Mark Robb. My co-host in the building, Marcus motherfucking Mix It. We'll see y'all next Sunday. We gone. Peace.
Peace.